right. So that being said, you guys, when we last left off, you guys were at the gates of Golden Fields, about to walk through. The sun is setting behind you to the west, and the people who you met at the gate were Hantinus Tarn, who was kind of like a a Waterdeep noble who's essentially been in charge of Golden Fields as the governor, as the Castellan for about a year. He's on a 1-year assignment, and he's kind of very snooty and arrogant. And then the other guy, the high priest of Chontea, who's in charge, who's really the power behind the folk here at Golden Fields, is Alardin. And Alardin is a half-elf who's been alive, for over 150 years. So, as I mentioned, the very last thing to happen, if I recall, was that Winter had peed on Hantinus.
Yeah.
And he cursed up a storm and was quite upset about that. But Alardin was able to just kind of laugh it off and try to calm him down. But just as you're about to go, Alardin says, "Oh, hey, one more question. Considering you folk all look like adventurers, I didn't quite know what to call your group if I were to refer to all of you together. You wouldn't happen to have a name for your little party, would you?"
Do we?
Not that we've decided on quite yet.
"Oh, well, I guess something to think about then, right?" And he kind of gives you guys a wink and a nod, and he says, "Well, as I said, go up the North Furrow Road, and please make a stop at Savembra's store, just on the left there. She has a quite fine abode where she sells seeds and cornucopia for quite affordable prices. The store's name is the Earth Mother's Bounty. Just be careful, Savembra can talk your ear off about plants and fruits if you let her. And don't mind Strog and Zhilang talking out there. Zhilang is probably just berating Strog and scolding him about his poor defenses around the city."
Are they actually poor defenses? I doubt it.
"Well, perhaps you're best to talk to Strog about that. I think he's a good man, but he can be quite lazy at times. But as I said, he has a good heart, and he does know his business around the sword."
I trust his judgment.
"Well, I have much work to do. If you ever seek me out, you can find me at the Abbey. In fact, Ji Lang should be headed there any minute now as well. She has duties to attend to."
Very well.
What is the Abbey again?
The Abbey of Chontea. You'll find it just to the south of town. If you go up the North Furrow's End, and he directs you toward the road that leads out east. If you go up the North Furrow's End, you'll find the Abbey to the south of the main central circle that exists there, just past the grove of trees.
Okay.
Yes, exactly where you pinged on the map.
Ping on the map? What are you talking about?
Magic.
Magic.
Very well. Good day then to you.
Very well.
Make
Thank
sure
you.
to get a
Yes,
drink
good
of Golden Gulp as well at the inn.
I definitely will. I am heading then, for sure.
He taps the side of his temple and he says, "Think about that name."
Okay.
And then he waves at you goodbye as you guys walk into town.
Okay, I do my, signature, back at him.
He gives you a smile and a thumbs up as well.
Okay, cool.
And meanwhile, the guards, they take Adic off your hands. You know, the guy who is in
Yeah.
his manacles and gagged. And Antinous is giving you guys the stink eye. I mean, he does not like you at all. And he is, you know, his pant leg is all soaking wet, and he's just looks quite pissed. But for now, because you're in Elardon's presence, he doesn't say anything. So, as I
Okay.
said, you guys go into the town, and what are you gonna do?
Okay, guys, what are we going to do?
Well, we need to find Miros.
Right, we have to inform
That's what
the
we're here
person
for.
that their friend died, yes.
Which I
But we
think he
also
said
need
he
the
was at
alcohol.
And I think he did say he was at the inn. That was where they resided. Wasn't
Oh
that-
my god, this is perfect.
Wasn't that
both
what Loudon
worlds.
told us? Two
Then we
birds
head
with
towards the
one stone.
inn. Correct?
Yep. So, the first thing you see are Strog and Z, kind of like I said, arguing right on the side of the road. It's more like she's arguing with him, and he's just like got his arms crossed, and occasionally rolls his eyes, and seems to be paying more attention to the sky than to her.
My friends over
Um,
there! I wave to them.
So Z stops talking for a moment, and then she looks over at you guys, and you see she extends out like a kind of excited hand in your general direction. She says, "See, this is what I'm talking about. Adventures that just come to and fro town. Who knows what they're bringing inside?" And Strog says, "Ah, why don't you relax? He says, they've been searched at the gate already. Nobody's gonna care about some adventurers who come here for a drink or to do some shopping, see? Why can't you just leave it be and mind your own business at the Abbey?"
Yeah, Winter's
And then
flea free. I check him every day.
And I'm free of
Says,
syphilis as far as I know.
Strog kind of strolls up to you guys, leaving Z just kind of standing there. And in a huff, she kind of, turns tail and starts stomping down the road toward the eastern road, toward the Abbey's direction.
So Z leaves.
Yeah,
Alright.
she leaves,
Okay.
kind of visibly upset, and then Strog meanders on over to you, and as he does so, he kind of pulls out a pipe and he starts stuffing it with some tobacco from the pouch at his belt, and he says, "Well, howdy, folks. Welcome.
What are you
Golden
smoking there,
Fields.
friend?
Oh, this is what I call some tumbleweed. Would you like to
Tumbleweed.
try some? If you have a pipe, I'm more than willing to share."
I don't think I have a pipe. I search around. I don't think I have a pipe, sir. Maybe later. Maybe I'll get one on the way here, or maybe somewhere in time. By the way, do you know a lot about the town?
"Oh yeah, sure. Well, that there," and he points over his right shoulder, "is the Earth Mother's bounty. I got plenty of pipes inside there, all wooden carved, some fine specimens if I say so myself." He says, "And then of course you gotta get a drink of the Golden Gulp over at North Furrow's End. Just don't mind the big white scary guy calling himself the Yeti behind the bar. And Miros is quite a pushover, to be completely honest. And quite cuddly. As cuddly as a bear. Although he's a Yeti."
Yeah, there definitely seems to be a lot of interesting people here.
Yeah, don't mind that woman that was talking to me. She's just trying to get into business that ain't really that she's really got no business getting into. If you know what I'm saying.
So are you having troubles with adventurers? I
Sure.
overheard some of the conversation you were having.
He gives a spit on the ground and he says, "Trouble with adventurers? Nah, there's no trouble with adventurers. She's just paranoid. That's all."
Oh, I
Sure,
see.
we had some attacks on the walls, but those were hill giants and goblins and bugbears. They were just shooting arrows and throwing rocks. Nothing that we couldn't handle.
Hill giants.
Yeah, nothing to worry about. We don't see them much in these parts, but hey, we drew them off, right? Fire a few arrows in their directions. Sure, we got some walls to fix, but nothing
That's
that's a
not
big deal.
Would
They'll be
you-
fixed in time.
Would you guys happen to have any strange artifacts in the town that maybe hill giants might want to get for any reason? You think?
He adjusts the his sword belt. He says, "Artifacts? Nah, hill giants are dumb as rocks. Maybe even more stupid. Shit, I've probably seen Galabdur smarter than hill giants."
Hill giants are on the lowest order of the ordering, so
Oh shit, you don't say. I didn't know you were
Yes.
such a giant expert.
I'm not.
Yeah, we got a giant expert in town.
That is a good point. Do you have giant experts in town? Where are they?
Hell no. I got no giant experts here. Look,
What
like I
about-
said, it's nothing to worry about.
If you do have any interesting artifacts, though, I would like to see them.
No, we ain't got no interesting artifacts, not in the traditional sense. What do you think this is? Haven for the Ring of Winter or something?
Yes.
No, the most interesting thing we got is a talking tree by the name of Lifferless. You can find them in town.
That's
Yeah.
an interesting artifact.
That's very
He's a
interesting.
babysitter. He tends the orphanage out by the Abbey.
That
Just
sounds
north of it, in
interesting.
fact, at the south end of town. You can
How
talk to
old
him
is he?
if you like. That's a very good question. I actually don't know. How do they even age trees anyway?
I don't know. I've never seen a tree talk.
He says, to be completely honest, I have no idea how old he is. Maybe you might do some good and ask him.
Yep. Maybe I will.
From my understanding, it was one of them druids of the Emerald Enclave who came by and gave him a little life.
Oh.
That does sound like a druid thing to do.
Kind of awoken him or something like that.
Fascinating.
Very interesting.
As I said, he's a babysitter. He likes to entertain the kids of the orphanage, tell them stories. He says,
Stories.
Yeah.
What kind of stories does a tree know?
Hell if I know. You think I got time to go talk to a tree?
Well, then why are you expecting me to make time to talk to a tree?
Say, what are you here for anyway?
We're here to talk to somebody.
Oh, all right. He kind of shrugs. Well, I got drinking to do, and it's almost dinner time, or second dinner that is. And sun ain't getting any higher in the sky, if you know what I'm saying. So I think I'm gonna go turn myself in. Well,
Very
if you
well.
need anything from old Strog Thunderblade, and he confidently points a thumb in his direction, he says, "You can find me over at the brewery.
Sounds
That's where I
fun.
make my abode."
Okay,
Will do, Strong.
we will do that. Maybe.
Yeah. Feel free to stop over at the Earth's Bounty if you wish, and don't make any trouble.
No promises.
We'll try not to.
Well, you got a lot more to deal with than me if you do. If he says, Elardin might seem like an old friendly priest, but you get that man riled up. I've seen him
Flip a few tables.
quite upset. Mostly it's directed at me, but hell, whatever.
Fair
All right.
Okay. Goodbye, sir.
Good luck to you. And you see that he goes up the northern road, right here. He starts casually walking in that direction, smoking his pipe, whistling to himself.
So, can you ping where the inn is? Is that was that here?
So the inn is here,
That's
Oh,
what
okay.
I was thinking.
and the Earth Mother's bounty is here.
And what was this? Did anyone tell us that or no?
Yep. So you look in that general direction, which is about a mile away, because you got to keep in mind the scale of this place is very, very large.
Right.
So in that general direction, what you can see are kind of conical shaped, very large storehouses. Only probably Zinfel and maybe Thornburg would realize that those are probably granaries. Just the general size and shape of them seem to fit that kind of, because you guys both come from, or especially Zinfel comes from a city, you probably would recognize those.
Mhm.
Oh, this place is very big, guys.
Yeah, where should we start?
Well, there is this house right here. We could go inside. I mean, it's
You go to the
right
Earth,
there.
The Earth Mother's Bounty. Check it out.
Just check
You did
it out
say
if
it has
you want.
pipes if you want a pipe.
Yes, let's get pipes.
Let's all get the pipes. I guess we'll head towards that.
I like to keep my mind clear, but I'll tag along.
Sure.
Okay.
You can get a clear pipe.
I'm sure there's made out of glass. I've seen those before.
All right. So you walk into the Earth Mother's Bounty. Excuse me. And first thing that you see when you walk in is a very large store that's filled. You ever been to like a farmer's market? That's kind of like what it reminds you of. There are fruit bins and vegetable bins. It's like walking into the grocery store produce section. And then on top of that, you see that there's herbs hanging from the ceiling. There's a fragrant smell in here that's kind of like burning incense, but mixed in with the sweet smell of like ripe fruit. And then bustling all about are a number of workers who seem to be mostly just getting, stocking things, putting items away, cleaning up. And then behind a counter, which has probably got like some sort of raised floor in the back, so that way she can properly see, is a red-haired, quite friendly-looking, but plump halfling woman who at the moment has her back to you and seems to be tending to something on the wall, or perhaps pruning some flowers from what you could tell. And then also there are a number of baskets and bushels of other odd things. You see fruits and vegetables that you've never seen before. And in addition, on the counter where she's working, you see a couple of baskets with very with signs that indicate that these, like good plums for sale, good dates for sale. And then you notice that the prices under those things are actually pretty high. You see that good dates are actually worth 10 gold pieces, and then
Damn,
and then good plums go for 100 gold pieces.
What?
that's insane.
These things better make you live forever. I'm not buying it. What? 100 gold? Isn't that like you could buy like a house for that?
You so as you guys walk in and are taking in all the sights of the Earth Mother's bounty, the woman who calls herself Savembra, turns around, and then she says, "Oh, howdy!" She says, "Welcome to the Earth Mother's bounty."
Hello.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Good evening.
Adventures. She says, "Not every day I see your folk walking into town."
It's not every day we go into town.
She says, "What are you here for? Looking to buy something from the Earth Mother's bounty?"
Maybe. I do have a question though.
Shoot. Go right
Why
ahead.
is that plum worth 100 gold?
When you look inside the basket, you actually notice that there's only 5 plums, and from what you could tell, they don't look like plums at all. They actually look like
I shouldn't say plum. More like fruit, because I don't even probably know what plum is.
well, actually, the sign did say plum.
Okay.
It said good plums, 100 gold.
Right. Okay.
And she says, "Oh, these are quite special. I only get a few of these every month or so, and I grow them myself." She says, "I got a place out in I got a little greenhouse out back, and I properly cultivate these things." She says, "You ever heard of the spell Goodberry before?"
No.
Sounds familiar.
She says,
I look at the others. You guys heard of it?
I feel like
Didn't
I
they?
don't think so.
Very,
Thornburg?
that's very good.
I don't think
You
so.
can make
It's
a
not
nature
something
check.
I would know. Okay.
"Anyone can."
Yeah, I'll make a nature check.
I'm proficient in nature. Such proficient.
Oh, you
Such
know.
proficient. So Zorana definitely knows what the spell Goodberry is.
Yes, if I'm not mistaken, it's like a druid spell.
It is, and I'm a druid. Well, a Goodberry is quite an interesting has quite an interesting effect, to be completely candid. If you had just one Goodberry a day, you could actually live for the rest of your life just on Goodberries alone. In fact, they provide such sustenance and such a full belly that you don't need to eat anything else. That's what makes the Goodberry fruit so incredible.
That is
Wow.
what I've heard of it from other fellow druids.
And so you are saying that this plum here
Oh
has
no,
that
not at
spell
all.
within it? Oh, I'm confused.
She said, but I thought it was appropriate. She says, for a more affordable cost, considering that Goodberry only lasts a day, I've actually designed these. And she motions to the basket that's full of good dates. She says, these good dates are actually they function just like good berries, but they last a lot longer.
How long?
There's a whole 10-day, and rather than healing someone like a good berry would for just a small amount, a good date will actually heal them for a much bigger amount, probably 10 berries worth.
Wow,
Wow.
Wow.
That sounds amazing.
that is pretty nice.
It is amazing.
What about the plum? Is that even more?
She says, "Oh well, the plums are very special indeed." So 1 second, I'm just gonna kind of share the good dates with you. So you guys should be able to read that now.
Yeah.
She says, "So, these plums, well, I have to tell you, they're not actually plums at all." She says, "You ever heard of sugar apples?
Mm-mm.
No.
That's what they
No.
kind of are. Except that they're much, much better. Better tasting, and they last a really long time. You ever been in a fight, and once that fight's over, you feel like you need a little bit of a rest?
Maybe.
Yes.
Well, if you were to have a plum, a good plum, it'd give you that rest immediately just by eating it."
Wow.
That's actually pretty nice.
That's really cool.
A full 8-hour rest or a...
Oh,
4
just a
hour?
short one.
Okay. But still not
But-
bad.
Very useful.
But still not bad, right? Unfortunately, good plums and good dates are still produce, so they do go bad. But
Right.
I'm able to make a handful of the good plums every month.
How long do they last? I mean, as produce.
The good plums last for 10 days, and the good dates about a 10-day.
Okay. Well then,
That's actually very impressive.
if I had money, I would buy them. They look very delicious.
Oh, she kind of slumps her shoulders and and seems like
Maybe
disappointed that you don't have any money to spend.
I'll take one of the gold dates.
Good dates.
we do have like kind of our treasury that we have. Do you guys want to spend some money on these things?
We have a treasury?
Well, we have the party loot, and I think we have some gems and random other things.
Oh, that's true.
We could trade or barter.
Yeah, I think a couple of the the good dates seem just like a healing potion.
So you're gonna
Yeah, and
take
you
a
don't
good
have to
date,
eat
sir?
either.
What was that?
You can take
Will
a
that
good
be
date?
just one, sir? You're taking a good date?
I kind of turned back to everyone else. I said, "Does anybody else want anything?"
I don't know. I don't have gold per se, but are you willing to trade other things like barter? I would turn to her.
She says, well, it really depends. I don't know if you carry anything that could be useful to me.
Interesting.
She says, are any of you, if any of you are alchemists, I also got a few recipes for sale.
Oh yes.
Oh, right. She says,
see.
let's see, I got a recipe for Kiak Tom's ointment, which is a healing ointment that you can spread and heal your wounds. And then I got a recipe for a potion of growth.
Wow.
And I think I got one more. She starts flipping through a book. And she's looking for it at the moment.
Well, the ointment sounds pretty cool. How much for those? I guess I'll wait for her to find her place.
She says, here it is, and a potion of water breathing.
Interesting. How much for the recipes?
She says, well, the Kiak Tom's ointment, even though it makes 5 doses, she says, I can sell you for 300. Potion of growth for 100. And a potion of water breathing, I can give you the recipe for 150.
Gold? I look at her.
Yeah, gold. Recipes aren't cheap. Once you have the recipe, you can make the potion anytime you want.
Guys, I
Of
think
course, you gotta have the supplies.
I'm starting to realize that we're pretty poor.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have much gold.
Not that much gold.
Well, I'll just take one of those good dates then and be on my way. Maybe I'll come back for those recipes one day.
She takes a good date, she wraps it up in some wax paper, and then she puts it into a paper bag, like a small little brown paper bag, and then she gives it to you.
All right, and I
Thank
hand
you,
her.
sir.
I
And
do want to know
10
though,
gold.
do you sell wooden pipes of sorts?
Oh yes, of course. I got plenty of pipes. She takes out like kind of like a tray, like a wooden tray, out from under the counter. That's lined with velvet, and there's maybe about 20 pipes in there, all of different shapes and sizes. Depends on what you're looking for. I got things made of wood, out of stone, even some made of glass.
Clear pipes. Look at Thornburn.
I shake my head.
Which one's the sturdiest?
The sturdiest, probably the stone ones.
I think I'll take one of those. How much for it?
Oh, it's not expensive at all. Probably this one here is about 5.
5 what?
5 gold pieces.
Okay. I take out my only 5 gold pieces. And I hand it to her. Wait, no, I can't do that. How am I gonna get alcohol? Whatever.
How do you guys have
give it
no
to her
money?
anyway. I don't have any money.
You don't have a party loot, don't you?
Yeah, but that's not my money. Well, I mean, it's our money, but I give her the 5 gold that I have on me.
All right, she tells you a stone pipe for 5 gold.
Thank you, my friend.
Oh, you're welcome.
Is there any place we could sell like gems or knickknacks and stuff like that we own?
Well, this is the general store, so if you're looking to really sell that kind of stuff, sure, I can take it. There's always adventurers and other folk that pass through.
I don't remember what we got when we got rewarded, and I don't think we have it in the party loot.
I have a star opal in my inventory. It says
I
worth 100
know.
gold.
I
And
got 5 gems from promising those guards back in like the very like second session or first session that to bring back the lady. And I don't know if I wrote it down or what, but I remember I passed it out one to everybody. But I think I had one. I don't know.
it was a star opal. I think that's what it was. 'Cause that's what I got. Oh, that's a cool pipe.
Yeah, we all should have a star opal like worth 100 gold,
Oh.
That's
Already
probably
on
what
our
it
sheet.
was.
and then there's some stuff in the party loot. Dented silver jug, spices in jars,
2
ring.
blue opals.
Yeah, there's 2 blue opals, so we can cash that out for 200. Orc
Yeah.
great axe, and then there's 12
You wanna
gold,
sell this
55
stuff?
silver. Yeah.
Okay, we take out everything.
All right, so what are you buying, or are you just like exchanging it for money?
We just want to exchange it for money, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. So let's see. Let's look at the party loot here for a second. Are you doing this for everything?
So, okay, the dented silver. Wait, what do you
So
guys want to sell?
She won't buy the ring or the severed finger.
I mean, we're not gonna sell those. We're not
She
gonna
won't
sell
buy
those.
the
We're gonna...
dwarven chainmail and the helmet.
But the silver jug, she would,
Yeah, she'll take the silver jug.
and the opals, and then my own personal opal. I know I have some kind of gem,
Star
but I'm not
opal.
sure what it is.
Pretty sure it's a star opal.
I think it was worth 100 gold too. So
Same difference.
Yes.
So let me,
Liquidate
let me-
anything she will take.
Yeah, let's see. Let's take a look here at what the silver jug is worth.
Then I'll get a fancy pipe. I want a long-stemmed wooden pipe.
Oh, you're
is
gonna
there
buy-
one in there?
So the jug is worth 20 gold.
Okay. So 20 gold, and she's gonna buy the opals too.
She will buy the opals. Yeah,
All 3 of them, because one of them's mine, or I have one too.
yeah,
So the-
she'll buy it.
2 blue opals, and I think we might each have a star opal.
Okay, cool.
Did I ever tell you how much the star opal is worth?
It was 100 gold.
Okay. Yeah, she'll exchange it for the full price. Are you selling the spices?
Uh,
'Cause she looks very interested in that and wants to buy it.
Do you want these spices?
Oh yeah, the spices are always hot here. She says people are always willing to buy spices.
What are they worth to you?
Oh, I'll take them off your hand for 10 gold.
10 gold. I look at the team. Guys,
Close.
let's do it. Let's up it a
You
little.
could buy a good date.
Let's up it a little, right? Right, guys?
Personally,
Yeah.
I've seen powdered cloves at the store for like $10 a pound. I don't know how much we have. But
Got a
that's
full
insane.
jar here.
Yes, we have lots of spices.
It's particularly the saffron, which is very rare and expensive.
Ah. We'll do it for the plum.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna update your party loot, so if you want to mark all that stuff off and then calculate how much gold you guys are gonna have, and then you could let me know what you're gonna buy.
Okay. I'll edit it. So, gem's gone. 200.
Saffron's
Drug's gone.
gone.
20. We still have the cloves though.
Well, she was gonna buy them both for 10 gold, but
Okay.
you could try to convince her otherwise.
Oh, we have the spices right now. Guys, do you want to sell these spices or what? I'm looking at them.
Yeah, I
Might
don't
as
need
well
spice.
sell them. We won't be carrying them around and making fancy food anytime
She seems
soon.
to be interested.
And that severed finger, by the way, looks a little rancid. It is quite discolored and it smells really bad.
What do you want to do with this finger, guys?
We could put it in a bag.
This is the first time I've seen the part of this, and this is the first time I've seen the finger, and I'm very creeped out.
If you decided to get rid of it, so that you haven't been carrying it around for 4 days, that's okay too. You could have thrown it in with the dead bodies
I'm
before.
sure Pirate Dan took that with him.
No, I still have the finger. I'll figure out what to do with it eventually.
What? Oh, okay.
Where are you leaving the finger?
Put it in a Ziploc bag.
It could come in handy. You never know.
As long as you're carrying it.
Wrap it in some wax paper.
I'm not going to ask for wax paper. She doesn't even know we have this. It's weird. Okay, about the spices. You said 15 gold? What was that? 15, right? That's what I heard?
No, I think I offered you 10.
Oh, sorry, I'm hard on hearing. Well, I like 15 much better.
Yeah, I heard 15. I don't know what you're saying with this 10.
Why don't you make me a persuasion check there?
Oh,
I think 15 is a little high. How about I give you 12?
You are a shrewd woman, I say. Okay, that's good enough. I hand her the spices.
So, just want to give you a warning that the severed finger, if you're going to carry that thing around, it smells.
pretty bad.
Like on a scale, like where is it at?
It smells like yeah, it kind of smells like rotting meat. Like you ever left meat in the fridge too long?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And you don't want to eat it because you bought it 5 days ago, and you're like, "Fuck, I can't cook this now." That's what it kind of smells like.
Okay. Okay. Well, whatever. By the way, I want to ask something, Joe. Like this is I'll talk to you later. Never mind. I'll write this down. I'll talk
You
to you.
can
later.
ask. You can ask.
No. After the game is fine. It's fine.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I'll also sell her my star opal, I guess, if she'll take it for the 100 gold.
Yeah. She'll buy those.
Okay. And I'll hand it to her. I'll just take 100
You
gold,
sure?
I guess.
What about these weapons here?
Are you buying any? Are you guys buying anything? It really has
I mean,
no
I'm
need
about
for
to date.
weapons. So you're also buying a date, Kareem?
Yeah. You know what? Why not? I'll get one date just in case.
Gotta use it in 10 days.
Yeah. Can I have one of those dates?
Of course. And she wraps it up the same way she wrapped up Thornburst.
Okay, I hand her 10 gold.
Anyone else?
Nope.
I'm getting a
Nobody's
pint.
buying a good plum?
No plums. I need get my weed on.
What is this weed that you are talking about?
She'll
Those
sell
are
you
birds.
like a 1 pound pouch of tumbleweed.
How
Um,
much does the pipe weigh?
It weighs like that pipe, because it's made out of stone, it weighs about 2 pounds.
2 pounds? Heavy fucking pipe. Okay.
As for the 1 pound pouch of tumbleweed, she'll sell you that for 8 gold.
8 gold. And how much for the wooden pipe?
A wooden pipe, 1 gold.
Okay. Sold. So I got
Do
a
we still have
pound
the
of
cart
weed.
with us? What
No.
do we do with the cart?
I think we left.
All the dead bodies are on it.
What about all the stuff that was inside? We just left that there too.
No, we
We
have a
transferred
bag
some
of
of it
holding,
into the bag, but
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
that's
think
right.
we ever. I think only Doug had that actual inventory of what was on the cart.
No, we had it.
Oh,
I
it's
think.
in the loot. I'm looking
Yeah.
at it right now.
It is.
Oh,
Okay.
this? Oh, okay.
Cart.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
So we have a crowbar, manacles.
Okay. So all of that's in the bag. Everything in this party loot is in the bag, right?
Yeah.
The bag of holding. Is that what we're gonna do?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh, you put
sounds
you put
good to
the portable rams in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That must have been fun to do.
Who has the bag of holding? Who's holding that? Is that me or Zinfel?
It was Zinfil.
Yeah, right. Because I gave like a buff or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Zinfel has the bag.
So when she sells you the tobacco, she says, "This is a family strain of tobacco here."
Is that an indica?
Ooh, what
She
kind?
says, "No, my name's actually Tumble Leaf, and this is our famous tumbleweed."
Oh.
She says, "Very nice mellow flavor.
Okay.
I hope
Can
you
try
like it."
some? Okay.
She says, "I can sell you a pound for 8 gold, or if you want less, that's fine too."
Well, is there no way I can try it first? Maybe I won't like it.
She says, "Sure." She gives you a sample. She gives you enough for a pipe filling.
Okay. How am I gonna light this thing up? Do I have anything to light it up?
You just pull out your grill lighter.
She says, "I sell matches too. In fact, here she just gives you a matchbook, a little box of matches."
Okay. I light it up.
She gave you a box of matches as well, Zinfel, when you bought the tumbleweed.
Ooh, freebies! I love it.
Okay, I light it up. How's it taste?
Oh no! Don't smoke that in here, please. She says, "You'll have to go outside."
Oh, my bad.
She says, "I don't want to cause any unnecessary fires." She says, "All those dried herbs hanging from the ceiling and all."
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, be careful.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll be right back. I walk outside and light it up.
So, this is the first time you ever smoke anything, or have you smoked hookahs and things like that before?
The whole point of my character is he's never done any of this stuff, and he wants to try it all. So,
So the first thing you do when you light it up is you take like a big inhale, because you've seen people smoke before, and right when you do that, you just get this really, really bad burning sensation, like all the way down your throat into your lungs, and you just start hacking, hacking like crazy.
but I did a good Constitution save, right?
Yeah. You're able to get over the hacking quickly, but you still hack.
Oh man, this is some good stuff, I think.
But it leaves a really nice, kind of very mellow, sweet aftertaste, in your mouth. But your throat is kind of burning at the moment.
Ugh. Well, I definitely need a drink more than ever.
Yeah, there must be some other method of smoking this rather than taking really big inhales.
I go back inside and I talk to her and be like, "Oh, this was this is really good."
Oh, you're quite red. He says, I hope you didn't inhale too hard. You ever smoked a pipe before?
Oh yes, all the time.
Gentle pulls, gentle pulls. You're just supposed to hold the smoke in your mouth, not inhale it deep into your lungs.
Right. I knew that. I'll take a pound, I guess.
You sure?
Yeah, why not? I'm
All right, she
adventurous.
sells you a pound for 8 gold.
Okay. I'll change my gold.
Yeah, so a pound is a lot. It's
That is a lot.
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be smoking this for a while.
It is good for like 100 uses.
Yeah, you got that for a while.
You tell me when I'm
So
done with
eventually
it.
it'll run out, but if you smoke like a fiend.
I'll
I don't
kind of
think I
hand
Anybody else
Kareem
buying?
the water skin too. Here, take a drink.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. On the upside, the smell of the tumbleweed actually kind of drowns out the smell of the rotting finger in your pocket.
It's a good thing.
This could work. I like it.
Smoke all the time.
Was there any other business we had in here? I turned to the guys.
I don't
There was nothing in particular that I needed.
think so.
Did you want to continue looking around, maybe? I don't know.
So did everybody get their share of what we liquidated? What just liquidated with the?
The stuff.
Just,
What stuff?
Selling
we-
the
we
stuff.
sold a bunch of stuff.
Right.
Did we divide the total?
Well,
We
it's just in the
left it
bag of
in
holding.
Party loot.
I mean-
Party loot.
Oh, okay. Just adding the. Well, do you guys want your portions?
I'll just leave it in there.
For me, yeah, it's fine if we just leave it there. If we need to buy something as a group, we can.
How much gold do we have
Deliberate.
right now?
A 244 gold that's in the party loot.
Yeah, it's in the party living.
Yeah, I'd say we just. I mean, if we want something
Just grab
that
it.
we'll just
We just talk to each other.
talk to each other.
If you want some spending gold, Thornburn, to carry on you, you can have some if you want.
I still got 5 gold on me. I'm okay.
Okay. Whatever you want.
That'll get me out of a pinch. I'm thrifty.
That is good. Well, I think we should head towards the inn, maybe? Is that our next destination? Or did you guys think there's some other place we should go?
I think our inn was our next and first, usually, destination. We could just head there.
Do we want to go to Golden Gulp? Is that the inn?
Golden Gerb is the name of the
That's the bar?
brew
The
that they
brew.
make here, which is at the inn.
Oh, I see.
The name of the inn is the North Furrows End.
Okay, yes. Let's go there.
Okay, Zemvra. It was very nice meeting you.
Oh, no worries at all. Call me Seven for short, and come by any time. I hope you stay in town and decide to spend some of your some more of your money at the Earth Mother's bounty.
We just might do that.
It's a pleasure doing business with you, folk.
Yes, very, very nice.
Before we leave, I turn around and I say, you know what? I did have one more question.
Sure.
I heard about this Lifferless.
Oh,
This
Lifterless.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, he's a tree ant warden, and he also entertains the children of the orphanage right in town.
And I can just find him wandering the streets?
Oh no, he stays by the grove just up the North Furrow's End. You gotta pass the animal pens, and then you'll see the grove right on your right. He can
Okay.
usually be found outside.
Okay.
In fact, he's always found outside. He doesn't really sleep anywhere else, she says.
I've never met such a creature. I'm fascinated.
It's a talking walking tree.
A talking walking tree indeed.
Have you had a conversation with him?
Oh, many times. She says, Lifferless is a joy to talk to. A font of knowledge. He's probably been here, even longer than Lardon.
How old is
wow.
he?
She says, if I could take a guess, I think he's probably been around for 300 years.
Wow, he must have seen some stuff.
He's a tree.
Well, he must have felt some stuff.
Oh, he can see all right.
Does he have eyes?
He does. A big old
Does he have
nose and a big
a
mouth, too.
Does he eat?
She says he eats water,
Drinks.
if you could call that eating. All he needs is the sun and then a nice big gulp of water, and Lifferless is right as rain.
That sounds like a nice life.
Sounds like a tree's life.
Can he get drunk?
She says, I never really asked him before. Probably not.
I'm going to write that down. I will ask him later.
Add it to the list of quests.
Get that man a drink. Okay, let's go. Or three. Man, three, whatever. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a nice day, y'all.
And I do my,
She gives you a wave of goodbye, and you guys walk out of the Earth Mother's Bounty.
Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
the first thing I do is I look around. Is there anyone on the road right now? Like, is there anyone?
So it is approaching sunset.
Mm-hmm.
You spent quite some time in the Earth Mother's Bounty, so it's actually like within a few minutes the sun will be completely below the horizon. As it is right now, you don't see many people on the road. In fact, you don't see anybody on the road immediately ahead of you, except for one guy who seems to be corralling animals into a pen right here.
Is there any eyes on me?
Any eyes on you? No.
Okay. I take the finger.
Well, there's your friends. So you're hiding that from your friends.
and I chuck it as far as I can into the fields.
Oh my god, don't do that! Oh my god, that's such a bad idea.
Are you hiding that?
No, I just chuck it.
Oh my
Well,
god.
since you're not hiding it, everybody in your group
Can I
sees
try
it.
and catch him before he does that?
Yes. If you wanted to, you could, you could grab his arm or say something to him before he actually chucks it into the field.
I could try and grab his arm. Wait!
Wait, what? What? What's wrong?
What were you about to do with that?
I was just going to toss this.
Where?
Holding this thing just feels gross. It's kind of a little slimy.
Oh.
Where are you going to toss this exactly?
Into the fields. I mean, it'll decompose.
That
it's
is-
good for the. It's nice fertilizer.
But it's a rotting finger. You don't know if it has any disease on it. Don't just throw it into a
We don't
field
know
of
that.
growing food. Give me that.
Okay, maybe that's a bad idea.
How the guards did not manage to find this thing on you is amazing. I think it was in your bag of holding, right?
Yeah, should we put it in the bag of holding?
Oh no!
No.
Make it stink.
Well, maybe. Maybe it wouldn't smell if we put it in there.
Then everything in there will smell like
Finger.
rotting flesh.
Like
That's a
dead
good point.
finger.
Why don't you just bury it? Just like bury it on the side of the road there.
But there's people around. We can't just bury it. To be like, what the hell are you doing?
Oh.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and I don't know if I have some kind of thing to wrap it with. Maybe in my backpack.
Can we burn it?
I mean, burning it would be better than, but not. And this is a field of farms.
Oh, you could wrap it in a good date wrapper.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. We could wrap it in this bag, light the bag on fire, and then ring the doorbell and run.
We're not gonna leave a bag on fire on a wooden doorstep.
Yeah, you're right. That's a bad idea too.
I'll just carry it until we can light it on fire on a rock or something.
Yeah, maybe we could throw it in the fireplace at the inn or something.
There you go. I mean,
Good
it'll
idea, good
stink
idea.
probably a lot.
Oh.
We just farted. That's it. It's fine. No one will be the wiser.
Fine. But here.
Okay, we head towards the end then.
All right. So when you guys get to this spot, as I said, there's a guy on the road who is. Is there a party going on in the background?
Oh,
Woo! Party!
I think Mom's listening to very loud movies. I should go.
Did you
tell
close
her.
your door?
Yes.
Wow.
So there's a guy that seems to be corralling animals into a pen. And he seems mighty curious about you guys. From what you could tell, he appears to be some sort of shepherd. And he nods in your general direction. He says, well, howdy, folks. He says, new travelers to Golden Fields?
Yes, very new.
My name is Shalvis.
Good
Say,
to meet
what
you,
are
Shalvis.
well, nice to meet all of you folk. He says, what are your names?
My name is Kareem.
He lets go of the reins on one of the animals, and he walks up to you guys, and he extends out a friendly hand.
I go and shake his hand and say, I'm Thornbur of Nightstone. Pleased to meet you.
He gives you a hearty shake, and when he gets to Zinfel, he kind of seems a little smitten by her, and he gives like a slight bow, and his cheeks turn a little more red.
I'm Zinfel Emberbrand of Neverwinter. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Zinfel. I'm Shalvis. Shalvis Martholio.
Oh, very nice. You're a shepherd here?
I am. Shepherd indeed. He says, I'm new to town. But I've been around up and down the Sword Coast and found some work in Golden Fields not too long ago. He says, say, you wouldn't want to share a drink at the North Furrow's End a little later tonight, would you?
That's where we're heading. So, if you stop in, let me know.
You're a very forward man. I see.
I'm just a shepherd who knows what he likes. He says, Zinfel's quite the beauty, I must say.
Oh. I'll blush.
Says, oh, I'm sorry. Are you two together?
No.
He points at
not at
Kareem
all.
and Zinfel.
I do a little gagging.
Oh, well, yeah. I'll buy you a drink. How about that? In fact, I'll
From the
buy all
bar
of your
now.
drinks. He says they have the best brew here called the Golden Gulp. He
I
says,
like
we've
you,
heard of it.
sir. I like you. I go in to shake his hand too.
he shakes your hand
It's a little smelly.
Energetically.
It's just kind of smelly on the hand because
Corpse finger.
Oh, you got quite a grip there, friend.
Oh, thank you, my friend.
He looks at his palm
Glad you
for a
noticed.
moment, and he kind of gets like a little bit of a grimace on his face, and then he turns back over. He says, "You must have worked on a farm before. You could probably use that whip at your side, can't you?"
Sure. Whatever you think.
He says, "In fact, all of you look like adventurers." He says, what are you here for?"
I was just bowing quietly from the back next to Winter. Good evening. We were here actually to see, if I'm not mistaken, we were told he was also called the Yeti.
He says, first upon seeing Winter, he says, "My, what an elk! That thing is beautiful." He says, "But yeah, the Yeti? The Yeti's actually the owner of the North Furrows End." He says, "Would you mind if I take a closer look at your elk?"
Yeah, that's fine. He loves
Well, this
new
is
people. And I'm petting him while he's kind of like going up to him. Gonna lick him.
He seems to have a natural ability with animals, and he, as he walks up to it, Winter seems kind of calm and at ease, and he's kind of like cooing and shushing quietly to Winter, kind of stroking him gently behind the ear.
Winter gonna give him some licks.
I think your elk likes me. He says, "So, what did you want to see the Yeti for?" He says, "Aside from probably having the only place in town worth it."
Well-
We unfortunately had some bad news for him about some family members.
Was it the Yeti?
Oh, really? Well, that's sad to hear. He says, "But I'm sure spending money at his pub will make him feel better.
I hope so.
Let's get a few drinks. Maybe if you haven't had any dinner yet, we can even eat something."
Sure, my
Sure.
friend.
It is pretty late.
Anything free sounds good to me.
He says, "I'm just finishing up here," and he makes sure that everything's in order, and then he closes up the gate, and then he gets onto the road with you guys, and you guys
So, my
start
friend.
walking toward the eastern.
So, my friend, what can you tell me about this tree man that we keep hearing about?
Tree man?
Yes.
Are you referring to Liferless?
That's the one.
Oh, he's quite a friendly fellow. Not quite a tree ant, more like an awakened tree. Rumor is that some druid of the Emerald Enclave long ago sprang him to life with some sort of spell called an awakening. Yeah,
Fascinating.
pretty interesting. Oh, Liferless is a nice enough fellow, but he tends mostly to the children in the orphanage.
Oh, I have actually a much more burning question. Was
Burning?
one of your walls? Yeah, well, not burning like that. Although I take out my pipe and I put some in, start lighting it up. But, sir, was one of your walls attacked?
Oh, about that. Well, actually, that was before I got here. But rumor is that a few weeks ago, there was some attack on the walls. Apparently, some hill giants started lobbing rocks, and they had some goblins and bugbears with them. Oh, lots of static.
Figured
Oh my
it
god, it started raining all of a sudden. Is that normal here?
No, I think you're seeing things, my friend.
Oh man, it must be this. I don't know what's in this stuff, but this is crazy.
So yeah, you're trying out what Seven Savembra had told you. which is just to inhale lightly and hold it in your mouth and then let it out.
Right.
And it seems to be working so far and not burning your throat.
Sounds good.
So anyway, he says, well, they came a few weeks ago trying to get in. He says, I don't really know much about it, but apparently they did damage some of the outside walls. He says,
All right.
Strog, the captain of the guard, was supposed to do something about it, but from what I hear, he says the half-orc's pretty lazy.
Oh, there it is again. I don't know what's with this stuff.
Anyway, the guards fired off some arrows, and they just ran away. They haven't come back since.
Seems simple.
who is doing that?
So where are you guys from?
Well, I'm from very far away.
We
I don't
were
know about everybody else.
coming up north here from Nightstone. As
Yeah,
I understand. The
I'm
Zelkin.
from Nightstone,
Oh,
and we were attacked by giants as well.
oh, really? Giants.
Yes.
He looks at you guys. He says, "That's pretty impressive. I've never met anybody who's fought giants and lived."
Well,
Well, it was giants that attacked your wall, was it not?
He says, "Oh yeah, but that was before I got here."
well, you've never met anybody in town? I mean,
He says, "Well, I mean, aside from the archers on the wall, I guess, but never standing toe to toe with a giant."
well, I don't think we were really that either.
No,
We didn't
we have
actually
yet to do that
confront them
either.
either.
These giants that you encountered, who would we speak to about helping with that problem? And who's you said the who's the leader taking charge of that?
Well, really, the guy in charge is supposed to be Strog. He's in command of the guard, and he's supposed to be leading the effort to repair the walls. But if you want to know who really wears the pants, it's Ji Lang. She works over in the Abbey, and she's taken it upon herself, even though she's only a monk, to patrol in the walls and kind of picking up the slack where Strog tends to fall behind.
Which walls were just hurt?
Attacked.
Just so we know.
He says, he points over in a southwestern direction, toward here.
Okay.
He says, some ways that way, across the fields.
Okay. Well,
And as you
trouble's
guys
coming.
are
Probably
walking,
come from there.
you are passing by the grove of trees to the south here.
Mhm.
And there's kind of like an ominous wind picks up for a moment, and you can kind of hear some like heavy creaking inside the woods.
What is with the creaking?
He says, "Oh, that grove of trees is home to tree ants." He says, "We got 3 of them here."
Tree
Oh, so-
ants?
There's more than just old Liferless.
He says, "Well, Liferless is a little different." He says, "Liferless is, from my understanding, an awakened tree, whereas the tree ants, they come about naturally. We call them Oak Brow, Beech Bellow, and Spruce Beard."
Are they cool?
To be completely honest, my friend, they don't really come out too often. Liferless tends to deal with them directly.
Oh.
Says, but don't you worry about that. He says, "I want to hear more about Nightstone and this encounter with giants that you had."
Well. Why do you want to know so much anyway? Why are you so curious?
It's not like we get visitors very often, my friend.
You're not even
Says-
from here. Where are you? Where are you from?
He says, Well, I've been working here for about a month or
weeks.
now.
Oh, is that what you said? Okay.
He says, I've been up and down the Sword Coast working at farms. He
Right.
says,
Why do you move from the farm?
he
brought you
says,
here?
just looking for work. I move wherever there's work, my friend.
Well, where were you
I'm
last?
trying to say I'm an adventurer without the adventuring bit. Don't really have a permanent home.
Suspicious. I don't trust you.
You say that to his face?
Yeah, why not? I'm blunt.
Oh, no, nothing like that. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cause any offense or anything like that, Kareem. He says, I'm sorry. I just tend to ask a lot of questions. You can say that curiosity sometimes gets the best of me. He puts up his hands defensively in a, passive stance, and he says, really, nothing.
Well, if you're good on your word with the drinks, maybe we can be friends.
I'm good at my word with the drinks. He pats a little belt patch at his side. I got the money for it. Come on. Let's head over to the inn. It's almost night. They serve.
Yes, let's go.
They start serving some fine food at this time.
Oh, I could
So
try
as you guys get into the large circle that is the town, or what they've referred to as the town, from what you could see, there are a number of what look like longhouses, kind of like situated around the central area, where there seems to be lots of town folk milling about. Particularly, they're building a great bonfire in the center of the town itself, adding wood to it. And you also notice that toward the south end of the circular town area is a very, very large tree that seems to be moving on its own, where its roots are actually like its feet, and its long, expansive boughs have numerous children giggling and laughing and hanging off of them.
What? That's adorable.
What time is it? Is it like still
It's
like?
like evening, sundown.
It is almost 8 o'clock, yeah. So it's sundown.
Okay.
And you can actually smell food, and as you guys are walking around in this area, people are like saying hello to you and being friendly. Some people ignore you, as people are wont to do. But for the most part, you see people like starting to prepare dinner or getting food ready, and like I said, a large group of children seem to be playing and hanging off the boughs of what can only be Liferless.
I'll nudge Kareem and kind of tap the severed finger in the bag and point to the bonfire. There is a safe situation.
It's still wrapped inside of like the paper bag that I put it in, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what I was gonna do.
It is, yes.
Okay. And then I look around, make sure we're cool. And then I kind of like turn my back towards the fire and I kind of toss it.
It's a bonfire, it's probably a pretty big fire.
So you're kind of being a little stealthy about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll give you a stealth check with advantage because it's so small.
Okay.
But keep in mind, you are standing, around numerous people, and Shalvis is also there with you.
Wait, what about sleight of hand?
Yeah, sleight of hand will work too. You do have advantage, and it is quite small. So I'm gonna say a 10 may succeed. Let's find out.
Oh my.
I can always do a deception check.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
So Shalva
man.
says, "You giving an offering to the bonfire, friend?"
Oh yes. You know how it is. You got to throw some,
Something into the
once
bonfire.
in. Guys, help me out there.
Yes, he's making a wise offering.
I always do this in every town. You have to be with the people.
It's a real great honor. He's from a different culture. Don't mind him in his ways.
I'm
He's
sorry.
honoring you with his offering. Just say thank you, and he'll be
Similar
happy.
to an honorable cremation.
I'm sure you did the same thing when you came here a month ago, right?
He says, no, not really. He says, but each to their own. He says, cremation?
Okay.
Did I hear you right?
Wow.
What is that?
It's similar, but it's not actual cremation.
He says,
What happened? I missed what. What?
It's not
says-
important. Just make your offering.
he gives a hearty laugh and he says, listen, don't worry about it. He says, it's fine. You got things you need to get rid of. He says, the bonfire's as good a place as any.
Right. I don't know what you're talking about, but let's keep going.
He says, well, he points northward and he says, North Furrows End is just up this way.
Do you guys want to talk to the tree man? Or no?
Yes. Thornbur will walk up to the tree and
Okay.
say,
He says,
"Howdy, Lepherless."
Shalvis kind of hangs back. And actually, he says, you know what? I'll just meet you over at the bar and get us a table and some drinks.
Okay,
Very well.
we'll only be there, or we'll only be with the tree man for a few minutes, so.
We'll meet
He
you there.
says, he gives a nod and he kind of hangs back then.
I don't
So you
think
walk
he
up-
likes trees.
you walk up to Liferless, and as I say, there's like a number of children giggling, laughing, and playing, mostly just hanging off of the boughs, like the low-hanging tree branches on his body. And like I said, he's huge. He's easily, 15 feet wide, and the trunk of his tree itself is probably at least 4 feet in diameter. If not more than that, and he is quite distinctive looking. He looks just like the picture, and he's in your journal as an NPC. And he's kind of got like a red rosy nose and a little bit of like a green mossy, mustache and goatee, and green eyebrows. And he's laughing in a very deep, bellowing voice, giggling along with the children as he kind of swings up and down. And the children are just playing on him.
Okay.
I'll give
Hello.
a bow when I see him.
Okay, he notices you guys, and he gives a bright big smile. All his teeth appear to be wooden as well.
Nice.
And he says, "Oh, hello there." He says, "Welcome to Golden Fields, friends."
Hello.
Thank you.
Children
little
say
afraid.
hello, and all the children, kind of like in a cacophony of high-pitched screams, say, "Oh, hello, hi!"
Hello, children.
And a little group of kids, now curious about you, starts kind of encircling you guys, looking at your weapons, looking at your armor, really wide-eyed stares. Some concerned parents also come by and they take a look as well. But most of these kids, although they appear like they don't really they don't look dirty or disheveled. They look well cared for. They look well fed. But you could tell though that they seem to, not be, or not all of them have parents that shelter them protectively. Like some of the
I,
other
look
kids
to
that
the
are
party.
playing among these people.
I look to the party. Keep your gold to your sides. Where I come from, children are notorious for taking money.
Seem to come from a terrible place.
Well, it is the desert.
Well,
Gentle
these,
children and sacrifices.
these kids
Things
don't look
happen,
like
man.
that at all. These kids just look kind of curious and not like, you know, little thieves. But did you say that loud enough for Liferless to hear?
No.
Okay.
I whispered to the party.
Let's
Alright.
say, Mr. Tree, it's a pleasure to meet you.
He says, "Oh, don't call me Mr. Tree. The name is Liferless." He says, "I would ask you for your names, but I don't have a very good memory for that." He says, "But what can I help you with?"
Well, we are adventurers, and we've come to. I would like to seek your wisdom. I know you've been around for many years. We have dire circumstances involving giants, and perhaps we could speak another time away from the children, if you understand.
He says, oh. He says, "Of course. Questions about giants. Well, I don't know much, considering I've spent my whole time here." He says, "But my creator," he says, "oh, he's probably got much more to tell than I." He says, "But anytime you wish to stop by," he says, "of course, the children do go to sleep not long from now, as the sun is now setting, you know." He says, "but I am eternally awake." He says, "feel free to stop by later in the evening if you wish, and Liferless here can tell you all he knows."
That's a good idea.
Wonderful. And who is your creator? I'm very curious about you.
Oh, well, he his brow furrows for a moment, but then he kind of just shakes his head, and all the leaves on his branches rustle. And he says, "You seem like a trustworthy fellow, a servant of Ulmatter, from what I can tell on your
Indeed.
chest there, or wherever you hold your symbol."
Yep.
He says, "It was a moon elf druid by the name of Erglas."
Hourglass.
He says, "Oh, last I saw Erglas was probably 30 years ago, before he made that pilgrimage to Shadowtop Cathedral." He says, "Say, if you ever plan on leaving Golden Fields anytime soon, I'd very much like for you to seek out Erglas."
Yes.
I
He
would
says,
like
"Let's
to-
discuss
will.
this later some more."
Yes. We will return.
when he says that, all the children start, holding hands and singing and dancing like a little nursery rhyme around him in a ring. He seems very excited about that and happy about it, and he starts spinning around as well.
Wait, is he walking away?
No, he
Oh.
just seems to be playing with the
Spinning.
children.
My friend, I
Yes?
have a curious question for you. What do you think of that bonfire over there?
He
Is
says,
that like your brother's or?
Cruel.
He gives you a stern look for a moment, and then realizing that you're trying to make a joke, he gives a very, very hearty big laugh. He says, "Oh, nothing of the sort." He says, "Those are outside wood that's brought into the Golden Fields to burn every
Right.
once in a while for a great bonfire. Nothing to worry about. Those trees were dead already."
Okay.
Poor things.
He says, besides, he says, those without a proper vision need to see in the dark. There seems to be a feast tonight.
What is this feast about?
He says, just celebrating our bounty is all. Enjoy. Make sure to get a drink of the Golden Gulp while you're here.
We've been hearing that from everyone. We'll definitely try it.
He says, till later.
Till later.
Pleasure to
Be
you,
well,
Monsieur.
Leprous.
He gives you a wave with a big, tree branch arm. The leaves rustling on his big branch, and then he goes back to playing with the children.
I'll like smile and wave at the children.
They wave back at you, and although some remain behind and are still curious, most of them go back to playing with Liferless.
We'll have Winter sniff some of them.
Shall we-
Oh, that's right. As for Winter, yeah, the kids love him. 'Cause it's not every day they get to see a white furred elk.
Alright, shall we head to the inn?
We shall.
Sounds like a decent idea.
At this time, it's fully nighttime, and you guys head northeast toward this direction, where you see a large building. One second. You see a 3-story stone edifice with arched windows that offers a view of gardens that surround the building itself. Thin plumes of smoke issue from the many chimneys of the building itself. And you also notice that there are life-size statues of rearing horses that flank the double doors that lead into the common room of the inn.
That's a fancy
Uh, Inside, you hear a cacophony of sound, mostly of people eating and drinking and clinking plates. And you see several interesting folk here, sitting among most of the farmhands and other workers that don't really stand out. But you can tell that this place is quite busy. So give me a second here to change some of the music. Did that work?
Yeah.
I don't really
Yeah.
hear anything.
I hear people
Okay.
talking.
Yep.
Yes. Good. All right. So, just to continue my description of it. So, in particular, you see that like I said, several people stand out. You see a halfling standing atop a table, tuning a lute. He's got big, thick brown mutton chops and wavy, meticulously combed hair. He's dressed pretty finely, and he seems to be, like I said, tuning a lute as if he's about to be playing a song. And then behind the bar, you actually see a very interesting man. You notice that he's got a barrel-shaped body, and he's got thick white hair that covers his arm, his chest, and his head. And he seems to be serving drinks to the people that are currently standing at the bar. And then another person that stands out here is a dark-skinned woman with graying black hair, spectacles, her hair's up in a bun, and she's got like a bunch of books all spread out in front of her, and an untouched plate of food and drink on the table as well. And she does not look at anything but her books, and she seems to be scrolling into a book or notebook of her own. So that guy with the white hair can clearly be no other than what the people have referred to as
The
the Yeti. So just give me a second here, because I'm going to add all these people to your journal.
Okay.
Okay.
It's bustling.
Yeah, it's pretty bustling. You could say that. Oh, man.
See what the Yeti's got for us.
Wonder what he's
So we're supposed to
got.
find the Yeti man to tell him that the guy died?
Yeah, tell him that his
His
family, right?
parents.
Yep, so Miros, the Yeti, should be in your journal now.
Oh, damn. He does look like a
What's his name?
Miros.
Wait,
My
is
goodness.
this
Oh my god, he is a Yeti.
is this the one whose Relix is his cat?
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
That's
See if you
Lauren?
want Relix back.
The halfling should also be in your journal now. That's the one that was tuning his lute and is standing up on the table.
Gotcha.
nice.
And then the other dark-skinned woman with the spectacles and graying hair, with the books all around her, she's also in your journal now. Her name is Nexine.
Does Muros sound like Chewbacca? 'Cause I feel like he should.
So right when you get in, you see Shalvis. He's sitting over at a table that's got 4 empty chairs around it, and he sees you guys and he waves his hand excitedly over to you. You notice that there are mugs already on the table, along with some bowls of nuts, and there's 4. And then there's a giant flagon or 2 of beer. And the beer looks like it's like a golden, a golden-colored beer in a glass flagon.
All right, head over and sit next to him.
No, actually, the flagon's not glass. The flagon actually looks like it's painted pottery, and it looks quite detailed. Yeah, like somebody obviously put a lot of time into painting the flagon itself, and you notice that all the mugs on the table as well are of the same kind of similar to design. So Shalvis says, "Take a seat. Take a seat." He says, "The brew was cold, and the drinks are flowing." He says, "And Orin there is about to play a song very soon." He says, "Oh, and if you were looking for the Yeti," and he points at the guy behind the bar who you noticed, "that's him there."
Is Relix just like walking around?
He looks probably on Zinfand's
Usually on my shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh, Miros, we need to go up to him.
And maybe we should lead with Relix. And then let him down about his parents.
Might take a drink after.
You guys are sitting at the moment.
I was standing. I was gonna walk over to Miros before
Yeah.
taking a drink.
Yeah, I was sitting, and then now I'm gonna get up now that I
Let's
see
let's
Miros.
just get this part out of the way with, and then we can enjoy some golden gulp.
All right. So Shalvis says, "Oh, no worries at all." He says, "If you want to order some food."
Wait, what's Winter
Right.
doing?
We'll be right back.
Yeah,
Just
that is true. Winter, you probably left outside, right?
Probably. He might
Yeah.
not be able to fit through the door.
Winter, come to
Leave
the
him with
bar.
the tree.
There is actually a stable, or a post that you could have tied Winter to.
He's
For horses.
Or he's pretty well trained enough that
Yeah.
you could probably just like get
Just
him
leave
to,
him.
get him a little stall where he can spend the night.
Yeah. He's not a savage animal.
Yeah.
You can leave him outside. He can behave.
All right. So, did I hear you guys right? All 4 of you are walking up to Miros?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, good. So you see, like I said, this big guy. Immediately, he notices you guys. He says, "Ho, adventurers! Come to the North Furrow's End. Welcome, welcome. My name is Miro Zelbrin. He says, but you can call me the Yeti, as does everybody else here. And he gives a bright white, pearly-toothed smile.
Well, pleased to meet you.
Real quick, Relix is out in the open.
Yep.
On my
So-
shoulder.
Relix kind of like crawls to your back and is digging her claws into the back of your shoulder. And you can actually hear her almost like hissing behind you. And Miros, immediately when he sees her do that, he's like, I recognize that Tressum anywhere. He says, that used to belong to my parents. What's it doing with you?
Well, we
Ooh,
come with
This is gonna get awkward.
terrible
He doesn't seem
news.
upset. He just seems like he's more curious.
You see, I am Thornbirth Rokenwit of Nightstone. Would I have known his
Parents.
family? I knew
Yeah, so
your-
they were like an elderly couple in their retirement, who were
Were they
just
also
living at
very hairy?
Nightstone. No, they were not.
Yeah, okay. So I'm kind of like weirded out by how hairy this guy is. He's not what I was expecting at all. And I say, yes, I'm from Nightstone. I knew your parents well. They were wonderful people. But Nightstone has been destroyed by cloud giants. And your
So
parents,
his reaction turns from like curiosity to surprise to kind of like almost anger, and he says, "Destroyed? My parents were nice people. What are you trying to tell me?" He says, "Are you saying that my parents got killed?"
Yes, that is what I'm telling you. I'm so sorry.
He puts a hand to his chest and he drops the mug that he's cleaning, and he seems like really taken aback by that. As he steadies himself by placing a hand onto the bar, almost like he's gonna start hyperventilating or about to pass out.
I just kind of clasp him on the shoulder and say, "We will get vengeance."
He says, "Oh, this is horrible news." As you reach over the bar and grasp him on the shoulder, he says, "Horrible news indeed." Oh man, how did it happen? I hope they went out peacefully. What am I saying? They were killed in some sort of attack. Is that right?
Giants, rocks, attacks.
If it helps, they were killed in their home, crushed by a boulder instantly. They were together.
What? That doesn't help at all. What do you mean crushed by a boulder?
It was instant. It was instant. I saw the bodies.
I guess they didn't suffer. Oh, that sounds horrible. You said giants did this? Jeez,
Yes.
how big was this boulder?
Humongous. How big were those boulders?
They were probably about 3 feet in diameter.
Yeah, it was big.
Fairly large boulders.
Oh, this is horrible. I'm sorry you had to come all this way to tell me. He says, I see that damned cat made it through.
I see you don't. We thought we would be returning it to you, but it seems that might not be what's wanted here.
He says, oh, 9 hells no. I don't want that thing. The cat always hated me. He says, my parents call it Relix or something like that. And when he says its name, it like hisses again and like unfurls its wings, digging its claws deeper into Zinfel's back. And he says,
Just try to calm her. Feel better.
well, she seems
get
really
the
on
claws
edge right now.
My back. It's okay, girl.
He says, no, I don't want anything to do with that thing. Sure, it's some outlasting memory of my parents, but frankly, Relix and I never got along.
That'll be
Oh,
all right. I'll I'll take her off your hands then.
He says, what happened to the rest of the town?
Well, it's not completely destroyed. Is probably what
No.
it sounded like. Most of the town seem to be okay. Injured, and they're back there now.
Yeah, those of us who survived, we
Hello? Sorry, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hey,
no problem. And those of us who survived the attack were in a captured by goblins. But then these folks saved us, and we brought the townsfolk back to Nightstone, and now we've taken off to solve this mystery and spread word of what's going on.
see.
It's very interesting to learn that hill giants attacked this place not so long ago.
Yeah, you heard about that. He says, I don't know if the two things are related. Did you mention cloud giants to him? I didn't quite hear that.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I
It says, yeah, but hill giants and cloud giants are about as different as apples and oranges. Still, it does make me concerned. Never liked giants much anyway. In fact, who does?
Sure.
Aren't they all evil?
Not all, from what I understand.
Really?
We actually just met a very friendly giant.
You did?
We did.
Of what sort?
Cloud.
He's
A different sort of cloud.
When you say cloud, he's like his brow furrows. Now I think you're messing with me. You say cloud giants killed my folks out in Nightstone, and now you say you just met a friendly one?
Strangely
all-
enough, yeah.
There are all types. Don't judge it.
If you say
Person
giant
by
by
its
its
race.
cover, I think I'm gonna smack you.
The giant we met with was a lone mage in a tower. The ones who attacked the village or the town of Nightstone were a larger group in some kind of flying castle. Totally different.
All right. Well, I hope you gave my parents a proper burial, since you say the town wasn't exactly entirely destroyed. You know they have a cemetery there in Nightstone.
Yes, the people of Nightstone are taking all the proper ceremony, of course.
He says, all right. Well, thanks for bringing me the bad news. He says, you totally ruined my night, by the way.
Well,
I'm
we
so
thought
sorry.
you deserved to know.
I guess I can't blame you for traveling all this way from Nightstone just to give me this message. He says, I guess you can keep Relix now, because I'm not taking that Tresselman.
Very well.
Seems to like you well enough anyway. Say, what are your names? I didn't quite, you seem to be adventurers. He says, you call yourself something?
Not quite yet.
Soon we will. We're gonna
I
go
think
talk
we're
about
working on
it
it.
at dinner.
All right. Well,
Everyone's been telling us this.
I see you must be the folks that Shalvis was raving about, so, I'll tell you what, drinks and food are on me tonight, and if you need a place to stay, I got rooms for you as well. I'll give you the best rooms in the inn.
Oh, well,
there's no
that's
need for
mighty
that.
kind of you.
He says, it's the least I could do for giving me the bad news.
Imagine what he would have given us if we gave him good news. I whisper.
He says, I think I need a little bit of a break. And he tells one of the other servants to come by and take care of all your needs for the night.
Very well.
He says, enjoy your stay here. I guess I'll be back a little bit later.
Very well.
And he gives you a nod, and he takes his apron off and hangs it up on a peg, and then goes through what looks like the kitchen doors.
I'll give him like a pat on the arm as he walks by.
He gives you a nod and says, thanks again. Oh, he's got some tears welling up in his eyes, and then he turns from you and leaves.
Okay. And Ryan went to go restart his router and everything.
All right, why don't we take a little bit of a break then?
Yeah.
Like 10:05?
Yep. Can do.
Yep,
Alright.
sounds good to me.
Okay.
All right.
Hello?
Hey,
I think I should be good now.
good, good.
I swear to God, there's somebody hacking me.
Really?
That's
Why do you
I don't
say
know.
that? Because you keep lagging out?
The thing is, our router has different channels, right? Wireless channels. I'm not sure how it works, to be honest. I don't know all the technical stuff. But there's 12 channels, and I'm supposed to be linked up to one channel. Which I've hooked it up. I've learned how to now through talking with some of the tech people that control our internet. And for some reason, somebody keeps changing it to something else. I don't know if it's one of them on their side or if there's like someone actually hacking us or something. But and whenever they do, my internet drops drastically. Like it just stops working completely. So I keep having to change it back. I don't. Maybe it's just sometimes the router resets. I don't know. I have no clue what's making it do that.
Okay. Well, you live with
But,
your folks, or you live in like an apartment building, or
No, with my folks.
so when you say
Suburbia.
that somebody keeps changing it, it's the people in charge of your internet. You mean the company,
Probably.
like the ISP?
Yeah, something. I have no idea.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Do you know a lot of the tech stuff?
I do, but not a whole lot about routers. Are you hardwired to it, or is it
No,
wireless?
I'm using wireless right now.
I'm back.
It could just be you have a bad wireless connection.
Mm-mm.
Everyone in the
Because-
house has the problem.
It's not that though. Because if it was that, it doesn't make any sense why my internet's fine, and then all of a sudden it just like one app like just 2 weeks ago it started having this problem, and I've been completely fine up till then.
Oh, just 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
You never know, man.
And it,
Sometimes
time
the
I-
strangest things happen, like squirrels chewing on your wires outside.
yeah, who knows? That's true.
I mean, I live in an apartment, and like one of my rooms doesn't get any, like gets really bad internet, and it drops all the time. And I just bought like one of those boosters for like $30 on Amazon.
That's what I'm using right now, actually.
Oh, and like you have it in your room?
Uh-huh. Yeah, a booster in my room, yeah.
Weird.
Are you on the boosters network? Because sometimes those boosters, like
Yes.
the way mine is set up, it's a separate actually network.
I am. I am. That's not the issue. My connectivity to the internet is fine. It's the internet itself, because even if I'm using the hardwired internet, because we do have a computer that is hardwired, it has the same problems that I'm having on the wireless. It's not the connection.
Oh, so it's probably an issue with your router.
Did they
Right,
replace
it
the
is an
modem
issue
yet?
with my router.
Yeah,
I just don't know
I
what
would
it is.
just call the ISP or, give your router a hard reboot.
No, we've done all that too. I think
Yeah.
we're actually probably going to get a new router. They said they were going to give us one for free.
Oh, you get a company provided router.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's I mean, if I were you, I would invest in buying your own, unless you're forced to use the company one.
Well, they said it was an upgrade to the one that we already have. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, they'll say anything.
Yeah, probably.
that's true. But I bet the modem you have at your house probably is theirs already anyway.
I don't
they're
think my
just-
modem's bad.
Well, getting a newer, better one's always better.
I don't know.
Yeah. But you could have a modem and a router.
yeah.
So did they provide you with both, or you just have a router that acts like a modem too?
It's probably a router
be
that acts
honest,
like a
man.
modem.
I don't know enough to talk about it because I don't know.
I've looked at it and there's only one, so I think it is a router and a modem.
Yeah.
It's connected to like a battery backup battery. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I wish I had one of those.
Anyway, I'll be back. I
All
fixed it anyway. I went into the stuff and changed the channel manually, and now my internet's working beautifully. It's everything to do with the channel. I don't know why, but I'll be back.
Weird.
Oh, maybe your computer's set up to, always. I think you could hard set it to always go to a certain channel. Otherwise, maybe your computer is set up to just go to the one with the best connection.
Yeah, I did hard set it, but it keeps changing it back to automatic for no reason. That's
Oh.
why I was saying that there's a hack. I don't know. That was me just making things up. I don't actually know what's wrong. There must be some problem. But anyway, we're back.
All right. So yes, we're back. Is everybody else back? Eric and Jay?
Yep.
Who's back?
Okay, good. All right. So you're left at the bar right now. You notice that actually, the people who do notice this are Zorana. That's pretty much it. Notice that Orin kind of seemed like he was eavesdropping on your conversation. Orin is the halfling that's standing up on a table not far away. But then when you and Orin make eye contact, he looks away very quickly and he starts playing a song on his lute. And he's quite a good singer actually.
I kind of mentioned to
Lovely.
the group that Orin was probably interested in our conversation. Maybe he knows Miros pretty well, I assume. I'm just curious.
Yeah, maybe we should go talk to him.
He's in the middle of a song right now.
Well, let's go have some of that golden gulp.
Yes. Our food is getting cold.
Yep. So when you come back to the table, plates are soon provided, where you're served kind of like a wheat porridge, big dish of like pheasant,
Mm.
and then you're also provided with some roasted vegetables and some other side dishes of like cheeses and smoked sausage and stuff like that.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm gonna start chowing down.
Yeah, you start chowing down. Meanwhile, the Golden Gulp is delicious. It is a very rich, very tasty beer, kind of like with a hint of somehow with a hint of grapefruit, but otherwise, tastes like kind of like fermented honey, but in a good way, with this underlining taste of like the hoppiness of beer.
Sounds good.
I've never had
Yeah.
like alcohol before, my character. So she was kind of hesitant to try it, but since everyone's telling her it's probably so good, she
It is
Take a bit.
amazing. It tastes so good, and immediately, like you feel your ears flush, because like the alcohol, like you can actually like you notice that it's different than drinking like juice or or water. It's very very different than that. It's effervescent in a way, and like you feel it go to your ears for a moment.
make like faces as I drink it. Yeah.
Yeah, soon enough, you see Zorana has finished her beer first. Meanwhile, Shalva says, "Eat up, friends, eat up." He says, "You must have made quite an impression on Miros, because he sent over all this food. This is amazing."
Yeah, we told him his parents died. He rewarded us with all this great stuff.
Oh, that's horrible news. You told him his parents died?
Yeah.
He says, "Did that happen in Nightstone?"
It did.
He says, "Oh man, I'd sure like to hear that story."
It's pretty unfortunate. I also can't feel my legs.
You should slow down, miss.
I've never had something like this before. It's so weird.
It is very good.
So Zinfeld, you're definitely from the Sword Coast. I think I can place your accent. Are you from Neverwinter?
You are indeed correct, sir. Have you been up there?
He says, I've been all around. I worked the farms in Neverwinter, about 5 summers back.
Oh, it's such a great place.
He says, it is. He says, I haven't been further up north than that. He says, too cold for my blood.
Me neither. Well, a little bit, but not that much.
He says, so did you all meet in Neverwinter?
No,
not
Night-
Neverwinter. He says Nightstone?
Yeah.
That's where
Stone
I
Knight.
met
Yeah,
them.
that sounds like it, right? Stone Knight. Stone Knight Town.
What?
Yeah, Stone Knight Town. Yeah, hey, you know. That.
Oh,
Ron.
Stone Night Town. I remember that place. What's going on?
So Thornber is kind of looking around the inn to see if there's anyone else he sees who looks important that might be able to answer any questions for him.
Yeah, there's only one other person that kind of stands out, and that is the dark-skinned woman with the graying hair up in a bun and spectacles, who's got all those
Yes.
books spread out on her table.
That's right. Well, I
She
say
seems
to everyone,
be engrossed in her studies there, and like I said, she's got untouched food on her table.
I'll say to everyone, I think we need to speak around a little bit. We really don't know much about what's going on right now, and I think it's good to meet as many people as we can as we travel around.
Yes.
So I'll go speak with this lady with the spectacles. If anybody wants to come with me, maybe
I definitely do.
we need to speak with the bard as well. She was.
Yeah, he's worthless.
He was.
She has books. She's more important.
I
She
agree.
has music.
Let's go speak to the lady with books. I stand up.
All right, so Thornbur and who else are going to go talk to that woman?
I'll go.
Me.
Oh, yes.
I want to go.
I'm gonna try to stand up, but
How many drinks have you had?
one,
Oh, just one? Is that what that Constitution save is for?
I guess so. Yeah. I'm a
Yeah,
lightweight.
you're a little tipsy. You drank it way too fast. So, but you're able to still walk straight. You just feel a little bubbly. That's all.
I'll try and not talk in case I say something that I feel like I'm not supposed to say. I don't have much control right now. You guys
Zorana's
got
ears
this.
are like bright pink right now too. All right, so the four of you, stride on up to the woman's table, and although she has her head bowed and seems to be scrolling notes into a book ever so often, she, for the most part, seems like she is ignoring you, but making a concentrated effort to do so. As when she realizes that all four of you are kind of like looming in front of her, her eyes look up at you, although her head is bowed. She says, yes? Is there something I can help you with?
Hello.
Hello.
I'll just bow quietly and not say anything.
Thorber?
I'll give her a little nod and say, hello, we come to town seeking help. We come from a town that's just been attacked by giants. I'll just gauge her reaction to that.
She says, you come from a town that's just been attacked by giants. She says, please, sit. And she takes the table and drink and kind of shoves it over to the side of the table and then closes like maybe 3 or 4 books. But as she does so, Zorana, actually everybody are able to notice that that these books seem to be books on the construction or engineering, the construction of siege weapons, engineering on walls and other defenses. And then one of the books actually looked like a magic book because it had indecipherable arcane writing in it. But she closes all those, stacks them on top of each other, and then motions for you to sit down. There aren't enough chairs at the table. However, there's only like
I'll
2
stand.
chairs there.
That's fine.
She says, giants, you say? Please, tell me more. And
Do you know of the ordering?
the ordering? She
Yes.
says, first of all, let's make acquaintances. I'll go first. She says, my name is Naxine Drathkala. I'm of the
my
Watchful
name is
Order of
Karim.
Magus and Protectors.
My name is Karim Ansar. And I give like a small little bow.
Welcome. Well met. And your
These are my companions.
My name is Zorana. It is an honor to meet you.
She gives you a slight smile.
Simple Emberbrand of Neverwinter. Watchful Order of the Mages and Protectors, you say? That's a lot of words. That
She
sounds
says,
all important.
Zinfel Emberbrand? She says, I thought I recognized you, although it's been quite some time since I've seen you. She says, I know your father.
Do you?
I do. She says, back then you were a mousy girl with quite unkempt hair, always with your nose in a book.
Still flip my nose in a book, but I comb my hair better.
She says, indeed. She says, oh, if I ever... How is your father doing, by the way?
Still out and about as ever.
She
Doing
says,
good.
Good. That's good to hear. I see that you're far away from Neverwinter, however. And then she turns to Thornborough. She says, and who are you, my friend?
The name's Thornborough Throkenwit, Nightstone. Pleased to meet you.
The pleasure is all mine. Now, I'm sure you have many questions. It seems that you want to know what the ordering is, and you've spoken of giant attacks. Please, pull up some chairs, and let's talk.
I look
Yeah.
around for a chair.
Yeah, you're able to grab a couple of empty ones that aren't occupied at the moment, and you're able to pull them up to the table. And you guys are kind of just looking at her. She says, "Where to begin? I'm sure you have some questions that you'd like to speak to me about. Perhaps I should go first and ask
Please.
you why it is that you decided to come to me and ask about giants."
Well, you look like you know a thing or two. And to be honest, we're very new to this whole thing. We're looking for any assistance we can have, and everybody we've met in Golden Fields so far has been so helpful. It's just put us in a friendly mood.
She says, "Good." She says, well, as I said, I'm of the Watchful Order of Mages and Protectors, a guild over in Waterdeep. She says, as you know, or may not already know, but Golden Fields is a haven in direct employ of the city of Waterdeep that provides the city with fresh fruits and vegetables. Merchants come through here every day to pick up wagons and load their wagons and bring food to the city. She says, I'm here because an attack occurred on Golden Fields not too long ago. Says, perhaps you've heard of it?
The giants is that what you're speaking of?
Indeed. Hill Giants, that's correct. I see you've already done a little bit of your homework.
Well, you come into town talking about giants, people will tell you about that.
She says, ah, yes, I've heard rumblings from other settlements as well. She says, apparently there's a sudden appearance of giants all over, up and down the Sword Coast. And not just hill giants, but also stone, frost, fire, and cloud giants. She says,
Not Storm?
She says, no, not Storm, actually. Storm tend to be good, so most of them don't make an effort to deal with the small folk. She says,
Really?
or attack them. She says, in fact, any storm giants that you're likely to meet, if you ever come across one, are quite good.
But the rest,
Just-
no?
That's good
No.
to know.
She says, most of their ilk are evil, except for cloud giants. Roughly about
Some.
half can be good.
Right.
We met a very nice one,
Good.
although he was a little
We
bit
did meet one.
You
head of the
did.
clouds.
Very interesting. She says, I don't think it's mere coincidence that you're here in Golden Fields now, then. I'd very much like to hear the story of this cloud giant you have met.
This
name
information
was
we have
Zephyros.
might be very useful to you as of a guild of protectors. Might be good to get this word out.
Can you prove yourself? How do we know that you are in this group?
You're always so distrustful.
I am very distrustful.
He's from the desert.
She says, can I prove myself? Well,
You have
I
a
am a
badge?
mage of no small renown. She says, perhaps identification would suffice, sir?
Yes, of course.
She kind of laughs to herself, and from a belt pouch at her side, she pulls out what looks like a leather wallet, and then opens it up, and you see that it's her likeness is drawn there, and then you also notice that her vital stats are also listed. It says her full name, it says her race, it says her birthday, and it also says a member of the Watchful Order
Oh,
of
cool.
Mages and Protectors. And then it also says the date that she joined, which was apparently over 10 years ago.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I apologize, but
No, I agree. It is good to ask questions. She says, good to find out more from the people you speak to. Never trust anyone.
that is my way.
Well, so, you were speaking about a cloud giant that you had met?
Yes, he had taken us into his cloud tower and started telling us about the ordning. Apparently, he's seen some, or he's been trying to converse with the outer planes and saw something about us in all his
Visions.
lookings about. Told us if we could to look on why the ordning was shattered. Have you ever heard about that?
Shattered. Interesting. I do know what the ordering is. I trust that you do as well. And she looks at all of you.
Nod
We've
quickly.
recently learned.
She says, well, giants rank themselves by their different skills. She says they're in some sort of hierarchy, with storm giants being at the top, and then below them, Cloud.
Fire,
Yes, so you know already.
Fire, Frost, Stone, Hill. Yes. I
What
remember.
you're telling me is that according to what this Cloud Giant told you, and by the way, did he have a name?
Zephyros.
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 She pulls out a little book and she writes down his name. She says, well, according to this Zephyros, you're saying that the ordning is shattered. And if that is true, that poses grave news indeed. As to why it's shattered, I haven't the faintest idea. She says, but if that is truly the case, that means that the hierarchy of the giants is in complete chaos. It's up for grabs. Any one of the castes of giants can perhaps be seeking to attain a position at the top. She says, and if that's truly the case, then the Sword Coast is in for quite a surprise. This could mean chaos throughout the entire realm.
That is terrible. The North must be protected.
I agree.
Should
I
have the
agree.
order.
Fortunately for us, we have adventurers like you.
What can we do?
She says, I suggest that you find out more. She says, I don't know what sort of powers you have or allies you have. Perhaps you should seek them out. Travel the realm. See what else you can find out, and if you come across any signs of giants or rumors, investigate them. At least that's where I would begin. What of this Cloud Giant ally, this Zephyros? Where is he now?
He was headed to.
He's in a.
Back
the
to the
Moonshade
Moonshade
Isles.
Isles.
Yes.
Oh.
He's also flying on a cloud. I don't know if we
Tower.
mentioned that.
A very fancy tower.
Well, Cloud Giants typically do travel by those means. I see. Well, if you have no way of contacting the Zephyros, then I suggest you keep your eyes open and your ears open for any other rumors and investigate them appropriately.
As well.
In the meantime, I want to hear more about this other attack that you mentioned. You said that it was Cloud Giants?
In
Yes.
Nightstone.
The Nightstone,
Castle of
yeah.
Cloud Giants bombarded the city, the town.
And stole something. An artifact. Apparently.
Stole something.
According to Zephyros, yes.
The Nightstone of Nightstone.
What? They actually stole that giant black stone that exists there.
They did.
We didn't see
Claimed
it,
it was,
but there was
some
a hole
artifact
there.
from Astoria.
She says, Astoria. That makes sense. She says, Astoria was an ancient kingdom, thousands of years ago that existed. She says, before what is now called the Savage Frontier emerged, and the civilizations of small folk took over the land. She says, if this relic of Nightstone actually belonged to the ancient glorious Astoria, then it would make sense that the Cloud Giants would try to seek it out in an effort to gain an upper hand in the reordering, she says.
They're trying to
That
prove
is-
themselves to Anam.
She says, you are quite educated. Yes, Amon, the All-Father.
Who?
That was what Zephyros told us.
God of the Giants.
Oh, that's right.
God of all the giants. See, the giants themselves, they have individual gods, but Amon is the one that created them all.
Now, as small people, we want the storm giants to be on top of this reordering?
Well, that's where their place was traditionally at. Yes. And it is in our benefit that they are at the top. For the storm giants are good natured.
Do you know where we could find the storm giants?
She says, I wish I did, but unfortunately I do not. What I can tell you is that the storm giants, I believe, are led by a family.
Family. To the
Yeah.
storm? Oh, sorry.
She says, yes, they're led by a king by the name of Hecaton.
Hecton.
He sits upon what is known as the Worm Skull Throne.
That's what I was going to ask. Do they ride
I-
in clouds, as like the cloud giants do, or...
Oh no. Storm giants tend to either live in the sea or high up in the mountains. They make their homes in many places. In fact, I believe that King Hecaton and his family make their home in a place called Maelstrom, but I have no idea where that actually is.
But it would be in the sea somewhere, right? That's what I don't know. What's a maelstrom?
It could be entirely possible. I think Maelstrom is just the name of it.
Okay.
Interesting. Thank you.
I wish I had more to tell you. He says, but now that I know your names, I will report to the Lords of Waterdeep that you are adventurers seeking to learn more.
Could
And
you,
hopefully in the future we can count on you as allies.
and we could count on you. Do
I
you
would
have
look forward to that.
do you have any names if we find ourselves in Waterdeep? Someone to look up.
Ah, yes. Yes, of course. Let me think for a moment. Who might be able to assist you?
That would be great.
Well, my first suggestion is that I must tell you, Waterdeep is known as the City of Splendors. It's quite bustling, and there are a number of different factions always vying for control. There are a number of masked lords, although there is one open lord among them, known by Lady Laeral Silverhand, although she's only held the position for a few months now. She says most of the guilds that exist there are just trying to get to gain power. She says not really interested in the larger threat as a whole, although they should be. If you could make allies with any of the more well-known good factions, like the Harpers or the Order of the Gauntlet or the Lord's Alliance, she says you can find many faction representatives in Waterdeep.
That is great.
Says,
to
but
know.
at the very least, Lady Laeral Silverhand, as an open lord, should be able to aid you. However, she is quite busy as the lord of the city itself. We're only talking about the largest city on the Sword Coast.
I could imagine.
She says, however, I could tell that the attack on Golden Fields a month ago was only just the beginning. She says, if anything, I would say that the Lord's Alliance is perhaps the best faction to seek out. What I would
Why
say
do you
is,
say that?
why don't you speak to an acquaintance of mine? A man who calls himself a dragon expert. His name is Chaz Luath Yargorn. He lives in the city's north ward. A tall stone
Chaz-
house.
Chaz Logath?
Here, let me spell it for you. She rips out a sheet of paper from her notebook and writes down his name. And then she tells you, she also writes down where he lives. He's an Aluskan, human.
Hmm.
And he says that he lives in a tower in the North Ward. Calls himself dragon expert. You know that dragons are the natural enemies of giants. Yes?
Yes, we were told that.
They are?
They are.
Yes. And Chad, your buddy Chaz here. Now is he part of the Lord's Alliance?
She says, no.
No. That is a no on the alliance. What is he a part of?
She says, well, as I said, he's a dragon expert. So if he knows
Dragon.
anything on how to deal with the giants and how they can be defeated if you come across any that are your enemies, Chaz would probably be the best person to seek out.
Okay.
I know it's not much to go
It's
on.
Well,
Still,
But it is a
it's
start.
plenty. It's plenty. Thank you for your help.
Well, then. Should we leave her be, or does anyone have anything else to say?
I think that's all the questions I have.
Zorana?
well, that answered all my questions as well.
Zinfel?
What you reading?
She says, well, since I was assigned to improve the defenses of Golden Field's walls, I'm reading books on engineering and defense, studying siege weapons and anything else that can be, any other knowledge I can glean from these books that can be used to strengthen Golden Field's defenses, she says.
Have you learned anything useful?
I've learned a number of useful things, but I am simply one mage. And frankly, I don't have much time to study when Emiros is always trying to entertain me with food and drink. And her eyes like kind of flick over to the plate of congealed porridge and now warm pint of golden gulp on her table.
Are they dating?
No, we're not dating, she says.
I didn't say that out loud.
Despite the
I was
rumors that
hoping-
Orin over there may be spreading.
Oh, so he's spreading rumors, hey?
Is
She
Orin
says
a
that
good
halfling
friend?
is more trouble than it's worth. No, of course not. He's no good friend of mine. He's just a drunk and a halfling who enjoys singing and dancing and drinking
So-
beer more than anything else.
Sounds like my
Troublemaker,
kind
if
of
you
man.
ask me.
Sounds like my kind of man.
What kind of
A word
work
of
is it?
warning, though. If you do find any Lord's Alliance members, she says, I will tell you that they'd probably rather hurl themselves into the nine hells than deal with dragons. I don't
Why?
suggest mentioning anything of that sort to them. Why? She just shrugs. I don't really know. She says, dragons can be unpredictable. They're quite powerful forces of nature. Some good,
Yes.
some very good,
Yes.
some quite,
Exactly.
quite evil. She says, but regardless,
Actually, don't know.
that's not to say that we shouldn't seek them out for an alliance. She says, sometimes the enemy of our enemy is our friend.
It's true.
And the enemy of our enemy is our enemy.
Okay.
Aren't foreigners special?
I'll like nod almost in like I understood exactly what he said because I'm still tipsy.
Let's go meet that Orin guy. Anybody want to come with me?
He
I'm gonna
did
finish
seem
my food.
Suspicious.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Drink
go
with
sit.
Sheldon.
I'm gonna. I don't want to. I'm not into the bar. I'm gonna go sit down and drink more booze.
don't want to interrupt his song.
But you
Is he
should go
singing
talk
right
to
now?
him.
Joe, is he singing?
I'm totally hearing
No,
him
actually,
singing.
he stops. He stops singing, and he goes back to the tavern noise as he's finally taking a break.
Nobody liked my thing. Okay.
What did you say? I must have missed it.
Nothing.
So next scene's quest is actually in your journal now.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool. I head towards Orin. By myself, apparently.
All right.
We're going back
Well-
to drinking.
I'll go with
Sure.
you because I'm the one who noticed him.
Do you grab another drink on the way?
No.
I'll put one
I
in your
do.
hands anyway.
I do grab another drink anyway.
Sure.
I hand it to Kareem.
Double fisting at the moment.
Hell yeah. He'll appreciate
Meanwhile, Zinfel and Thornbur are sitting at the table.
Yep.
With Shalvis.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, Shalvis takes this opportunity to really chat you up, Zinfel. He is hitting on you strong.
I'm gonna then go to another table and just sit by myself.
Sure.
I just kind of grunt and leave.
All right. All right. So in the meantime, Orion, who is who's essentially collecting all the money at his feet because he was doing his performance on top of a table, and people were just like kind of dropping coins on top of the table for him, along with numerous mugs of Golden Gulp, is now collecting all the coins while he's standing atop a chair. And for every coin that he picks up and puts into his pocket, he takes a sip of Golden Gulp, and and he sees you guys approach, and he says, "Howdy! Like the performance, did ya?"
It was quite wonderful.
I didn't really look at it, to be honest.
He seems like a little disappointed when you say that. Oh, I'm sorry about that. He says, "Maybe I'll sing a song from a more exotic land for your liking." He says, "You don't seem like you're from around here, friend.
I am not? How did you tell?
Hey, you have a very thick accent, and your skin seems like you're maybe Mohorandi."
Maybe.
He says, "Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name's Oren Yulgivli."
Ah, nice to meet you. My name is Kareem, and this is my friend here.
He extends out a pudgy hand, and he shakes both your hands vigorously.
Aren't I double fisting right now? Isn't that how
Well, I guess if you put down a drink, he does that. Otherwise, he just
he
just
drinks my,
plugs-
or he shakes my mug.
Yeah, sure. He says, "Feel free to take a seat if you wish.
Sure.
I need to give my throat a little bit of a rest here.
So you must
think I have all these golden gulps, eh?"
Are you from around here too, or have you been to other places?
He says, no, I'm just passing through at the moment. He says, got quite a liking for the golden gulp, so I've been here for a few weeks or so, making my living, drinking, singing songs for old Miros. Him and I have been friends for probably about a decade or so.
That is cool.
He says, we met in the carnival, that is.
How did that man get so hairy?
He says, well, he was
also
born like that. That's why he was so popular at the carnival.
Ah, right, of course.
He says, in fact, that's how he got the name the Yeti.
Well, I can
Yes,
see
he
that.
does look like a yeti.
I was
He
thinking
says,
it could have been a curse or something.
What's that?
I was thinking it could have been a curse or something.
Oh, no curse. Some people are just born that way. And he finishes a whole mug in one long gulp.
My friend, so you must have heard lots of stories while going and traveling through inns, correct?
Oh, I hear stories all the time. Yeah.
Have you ever heard any stories of dragons or giants or other monsters and creatures of the night?
His eyes kind of get a little wild for a second, and he says, "Why would you want to hear stories like that?"
Well, I don't know. I figured you have cool stories. You're a bard, no less, correct?
I am. I am. You know,
I'm just kidding.
yeah, sure. I hear rumors about giants all the time, and rampaging, especially through the north. He says, not much about
Oh.
dragons, to be completely honest.
Tell me about these giants. What have they done?
Oh, I've heard rumors about some big hill giant, probably the size of 3 houses. Calls herself Gah. At least that's what the travelers have said. Yeah, she
Or maybe
says about
that's just
giants.
them when they were yelling and screaming away.
He says, would be, not really sure. He says, I tend not to pay too much attention to what the common folks say. You know, rumors can spread widely, and people always, tend to make up stories, if you know what I mean. Because you're
I mean,
a big, wide
I bet
smile.
you know. I bet you do too.
I do. And not really my gig, you know. I sing songs, I play on my lute, and I drink. That's what I'm good at, and I tend not to spread around some fake news.
And I guess you probably heard of us talking to Miros of the bad news.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't really mean to eavesdrop. And he kind of like sheepishly, shrugs.
Oh, no, it's fine. You say you're a friend of Miros. It's good to know
Yeah,
about
I mean,
your friends.
I saw the reaction on his face, and like I said, Miros and I have been friends for on about a decade now, and he didn't seem too pleased with the story that you were telling him. I thought I did hear some words about his parents dying, and that's sad.
Be sure to have
In
lots
fact,
of
I should
drinks
probably
with
get
us.
to him and console him a bit.
Yes,
Good idea.
have a bunch of drinks tonight with him. Maybe that'll cheer him up.
He says, yeah, I think I'll do that. And he says, hey, are you planning on staying long?
I have no plans really. We're just kind of free spirits over here.
I don't think. we
Well,
have
you
much
sure do look like
otherwise.
adventurers. Traveling? Any place in
We
the
are.
future? Where are you going to next?
Maybe. I don't know. We'd have to ask the rest of our group.
Say, if you're up by Daggerford, would you be willing to drop off a letter to my sister?
I'd be happy to.
Is that up north?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
Then
no,
it's
not
up-
really. It's actually south of here.
South
Sorry,
of
I
here.
always get my directions mixed around. It says, right by the Lizard March. If you go to Waterdeep and you travel along the high road past Nightstone, you should be able to find Daggerford not a few miles off from there.
I know I think we're heading north next, but
That is true.
maybe
It might not be a while before we go back south.
Oh, all right. He looks disappointed and his shoulders kind of slump. No worries then.
I don't know. Maybe we should still take it anyway. We might head. We don't have any idea where we're going. We might head south.
That's true.
He seems excited when you say that. Like his eyes kind of light up.
Why don't we take it for you?
Sure. Let me write the letter because I haven't actually written it yet. I want you to deliver it though to my sister Lily. She works in the Happy Cow Tavern.
Lily in the Happy Cow Tavern.
He nods.
Got it. Well,
At this point, he's
might-
taken all the copper pieces that existed on the table and he's put them away into his pouch. And
It was a
all
good
the
conversation.
mugs that were on the table as well seem to be gone and emptied.
Quite impressive.
it was good talking to you, my friend. Give us that letter when you're ready.
I will. Thank you kindly.
I'm gonna turn around and head towards the group again. Or I guess they're kind of split up right now, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to sit down on the table with Zinfel and Shalvis.
Sure. So Shalvis seems to be laying it on thick to Zinfel. I don't know if Zinfel is actually reacting to his. How is Zinfel reacting to all of this?
She's listening, but she's also scrawling note on a piece of paper, a bunch of things, kind of occasionally looking up and nodding and smiling, and then going back to her paper.
Damn, it's a one-way street.
We'll go there and save Zinfo.
Right. So Oren's quest is now in your journal as well.
Cool.
Nice. Thank you.
All right. So so you save Shalvis from the. I'm sorry. You save Zinfel from Shalvis' advances. You sit back down at the table.
I'll come up
And he
behind and
says,
put my hands on Zinfel's shoulders, like, hey, it seems like we probably should get right up to bed. Shan't we? It's pretty late now.
Actually, it is. Yeah, you see some people. The tavern is definitely thinned out. Now that Oren has stopped singing, it looks like a lot of people have left, and there's only like a handful of people still in the bar. In fact, you even see Maxine has packed up her books and gone up to her room.
Thornbur rejoins the group and says, maybe it's getting time. I'm gonna head up to one of those rooms.
Did we buy rooms?
Well, he offered them to us.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I was
Yeah, that's
lagging
right.
out.
So Miros did give you rooms earlier today, and in fact, a serving maid comes over and gives you guys.
Keys?
Yeah, she gives you guys 4 keys, which are numbered. She says, Miros gave you the best rooms in the inn, on the 3rd floor, all next to each other.
Wow.
What a kind man.
She says, oh, and also this is from Oren. He said to give it to you, and he hands it to Zarana.
I'll take the letter, put it in my pack.
So you just see a letter that's kind of like spotted with a couple of golden gulp stains. But you now have Oren's letter in your possession.
Oh, maid, I have a question. She's a maid, right? Or something?
Yeah, I called her. She says, the name's Belly. What's
Belly. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
My
you.
name's Kareem. I was wondering, in town, is there some kind of letter service? Like besides, horses or stuff like that, but like, birds that fly around?
Oh, no, we don't have anything like that, but if you're looking to get a letter out, my suggestion is to just leave something at the Earth Mother's bounty. She says Savembra sends out letters with the carts that go out every day. Usually they come in the morning.
Why wouldn't Oren just use that?
Maybe it's more personal.
Okay. Thank you.
She says, glad to help. And if you need anything, just let us know. And in terms of breakfast we serve down here, so if you want to come in the morning anytime, she says we'll get something fixed up for you.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Actually, one more question. I'm sorry.
Sure, go ahead.
Do you sell animals here?
She says, no, we don't sell anything here, except for those mugs. She says.
I mean in town, sorry, not at the bar in particular.
No, we sell some produce and cheeses that we make with the animal, the animals that do get milked, but not the animals themselves. We're not really that kind of place.
Fair enough. Thank you very much. Sorry about that.
She nods. She says, "Anytime. Have a good night, y'all."
You too.
All right. Thornber heads up to bed.
Okay.
Well,
Are the rest
think
of
we
you
should-
guys also heading up to bed?
Yep.
probably.
We'll tell.
Shalva says, "Hey, Zinfel, so, maybe I can meet up with you in the morning and can have some breakfast
okay.
together."
That sounds lovely.
He nods. "All right. I'll see you then." And he gives you kind of like a courteous bow and attempts to take your hand and kiss the top of it.
I allow it.
He seems
I
pleased
whispered-
by that, and then he practically skips out the door, like elated.
I whispered to Zarana, I can't believe it didn't just ask, to go into the bed.
Why would he do that?
Never mind. Okay, I head to bed.
All right. So, you guys go to sleep for the evening. Give me 1 second.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So,
Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about.
anybody want to do anything before they go to bed? One last thing.
Uh,
I was gonna check on Winter, make sure he's got a little spot in the stable.
For a spot in the stable, it is 2 silver a night.
Okay, I can do
And that's
that.
including feed or whatever food you want to give them.
Yeah, I can do that.
I wrote down on my character personality traits that I end and start my day with strange rituals. So, I'm gonna have to make something on the spot right now, but I think right before Kareem goes to bed, he does his stretches, okay? He
Some yoga?
just does weird yoga stretches and then goes to bed.
Kind of like
He'll
Tai
do 'em when he
Chi or
wakes up in
something.
the
Oh,
morning.
yoga? He's actually doing yoga stretches?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, something
how,
like
long,
that.
how long does he do this for?
20 minutes before he goes to bed,
Okay,
and
Well,
then 20
you
minutes
guys
when
have-
he wakes up in the morning.
sure. You guys have each been given your private rooms.
Right.
So just that you're aware. All right.
Hmm.
So, that being said, dun, 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 dun. So as you guys are sleeping, you hear some shouting in the middle of the night. Shatters the night silence. From what you could make out, it sounds like a voice is calling out, and you could barely make out a few words, particularly 2 phrases. "We're under attack," and "to arms, to arms."
Oh God.
So
I have to
groggily,
put my
you like
arms-
wake up, tossing and turning in your sheets. Yeah. So normally you wouldn't be sleeping with armor on, right?
Yeah.
No.
No, not really. But from now on, I think I'm going to be.
So
If
that's
that doesn't-
currently what's going on. Unless you sleep with the lights on, like you're in the dark on the 3rd floor of the North Furrows End Inn, as these shouts are now happening.
Okay, I guess I'm donning my armor, or whatever it's called.
Yep. I'll get up and put on my armor and grab my weapons.
Same.
Yep.
Okay.
It's only gonna take me 10 minutes, I think.
Oh my. All right. So you start putting on your armor, which is going to take you 10 minutes, right? And I assume that Thornbur also is wearing heavy armor, so it takes him that long as well.
Yeah.
All right. So in the meantime, Zarana and Zinfel, who have lighter armor, I believe,
Mhm.
And it only takes you 1 minute to don your armor. Are you putting them on?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys are done first. What are you doing?
Head down to the
He's heading downstairs.
bar area. Find out what's
Sure.
going on.
So gathering your wits and weapons, you stumble down to the common area, in which case you see a bleary-eyed Miros who's kind of rubbing his eyes, along with Maxine, who's kind of like still in her sleeping robe, holding her spectacles up to her face. And then also there, you see that there's Shalvis. Actually, no, Shalvis is not there. It's just Maxine and Miros who kind of like look at you guys and they say, "What's going on? You hear that?" And then Maxine says, "It sounds like that halfling."
Oren?
Is everyone all right? What's going on?
Miros walks over to the door as a number of other commoners who maybe were staying at the inn are kind of like coming on the steps, looking around all bleary-eyed. And when he opens the door, you see that a low mist blankets the quiet gardens to the north and slinks between a rows of darkened longhouses to the south. You notice a small figure that stumbles around the corner of the nearest longhouse, loses his balance, and falls. If you've never seen such a clumsy, disheveled halfling who is screaming at the top of his lungs, "We're under attack! We're under attack! To arms! To arms!"
By what? What?
Where?
Who's attacking?
He says, in an excited voice, he points over to the south. He says, "By the orphanage! Liverless!" He says, "Goblins! Bugbears! Even a few giants! I don't know." He says, I was just walking around, and then I just saw them. There's the whole town. It's filled."
We would
Oh,
see
shit.
giants from here, wouldn't we?
What'd you say, Zarana?
We would see giants from here, wouldn't we?
Can I hear?
Oh, they look like giants to me. He just kind of shrugs. It could be ogres. I don't really know. And you can actually hear in the distance, as you're kind of standing outside the entrance of the inn, you can hear in the distance that there are people shouting.
No, I gotta go help.
Oh shit.
Go towards the sounds of trouble, or where they're pointing to the south.
Am I still putting on my
Okay, but
gear?
if you do that, you're going to be missing Kareem and Thornbur.
I was gonna
Okay,
go
Joe.
up and let them know.
My friends, help me!
I'm just like knocking his door and it's slightly open and see him kind of like jumping in.
What
his
is going on?
armor.
Yeah, he's struggling there with his armor.
Yeah.
Maybe we need
Oh my
to
gosh,
just
what are you doing?
I hear yelling. Please, help me put my armor on.
Maybe. There's. Apparently, there's.
It's just an excuse for a cheap feel.
That's not true. Please help me.
There's giants and goblins attacking the town over by where.
Find Thornbur. Help him too.
Thornbur, where are you? He's like,
I'm here.
what are you doing?
I'm just putting it on. Don't mind me.
There's no pants. He still has morning wood. It's terrible. Don't go in there.
So with somebody's help, you can get your armor on in half the time.
I don't know if they're helping me though.
Yeah, it would only take a couple minutes more. Because
Zinfandel,
their whole
come-
conversation downstairs with Miros probably took about a couple minutes for them to come down, and also they had to put on their armor.
Right.
So with their help, it would take him only maybe a couple more minutes.
Okay. Well, after we're
If you're
done
willing
with
to do that, that's okay. Just letting you know that you have that kind of time.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll ask him. Okay, what do you need me to grab? Need my help?
Everything. Don't
Don't
touch
strap
them.
up here.
Zinfandel, come help. We
All right.
get there all at the same time.
All right.
Thank you.
Here's
Okay.
your hat. Did that help?
Yes,
Let's get going.
very important.
Thornburn needs his hat. It's
What do we
important.
know so far?
Apparently giants, which I don't think I can see from, I guess, yet. If there are any goblins and
Oh my.
people screaming.
And
I
then he
can
also
hear them.
mentioned bugbears.
Bugbears, yes.
Bears? Lions? Tigers?
Bugbears.
Oh my.
All right. Well,
Okay, let's go.
I think
you get
Todd is
back down
debating.
to the common room of the inn, in which case you find also Maxine and Miros have also prepared themselves. Miros doesn't wear any armor, but you notice that he's got a cudgel in his hands, and he's got a heavy crossbow on a sling across his back. And Maxine, who's described herself as a mage before, is holding her spellbook. And then finally, also with them is the disheveled-looking Orin, who is apparently very drunk, who's kind of half stumbling over himself, but he's got a pair of daggers in his hands.
I'll also have
Actually,
Where
he's
does
got,
Shelby
he's got
Winter
two others
Company.
tucked into his belts.
Well, Shelvis must have left, right?
So together, the 7 of you, actually the 8 of you, because I assume you get Winter out of the stable,
Yep, I was gonna do that.
start heading south toward the town.
Oh, I thought it was north.
That's how-
So if you look at the main map of Golden Fields, where you currently are right now on the map is actually the north side of the town. And then you're going to be heading toward where Liferless actually currently is.
The compass is kind of at an angle. Like, that's north. That's south.
Yep,
Oh,
that's correct, yes.
That's east.
I see, I see. Oh, I see, I see, I see.
Alright, so give me a moment just to move you to the correct map here.
Whoa. Ooh,
It is a dark map.
bonfire.
Is it dark
Is it still night?
for you?
I see light now.
No, well, it's good
I
now.
see.
Decently.
I can see.
Everybody can see?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What about you, Kareem?
Yeah, it's there's some dynamic lighting, but that's good.
Okay.
Fire in the middle.
So right when you get to that position on the map, what this blue line means is that you can situate yourself anywhere you want, anywhere behind that line. So if you want to be right up to the edge of it, like Kareem is at the moment, that's totally fine.
There's like this weird shadow, like right here. Does anyone else see that?
No?
No. Let me
Where
read
are you pointing?
Right here. This area. There's like a shadow for no reason.
Huh. Well, the light
by the,
that currently exists in the
fire.
town center is actually coming from the bonfire that's currently burning there. Actually, you guys weren't sleeping that long. You maybe were only in bed for like maybe an hour or two when the shouts started happening. But you also notice that in the shadow of the building directly to the left is Shelvis, who is just got this like wide-eyed, like crazy, scared look on his face right now. Like, what is going on? And he's holding a quarterstaff, and he's got a hand crossbow in the other hand.
Okay.
Shelvis also seems to be wearing leather armor.
Okay.
Shelvis, what is going on?
There's an
Well,
attack.
from what you can see in the center of town, is that there are a number of scared children that Liverless is currently protecting and shielding from harm. And you see that he's being threatened by a large group of goblins and other creatures, which could only be bugbears, because they seem to be large, 6 to 7 foot tall, furry humanoids with haircuts like Wolverine. And and then 2 large ogres as well,
Oh, crap.
who are all holding weapons and generally pointed in the direction of Liferless. And one of the goblins says, "We're gonna heck you up, you big dumb tree. Hand over those children!
What the hell do they
And
want
then-
with children?
And in the meantime, one of the bugbears says to the goblin, he says, "Oh, you two," he says, "go tell hill howlers to south." He says, "This tree don't move." And you see that two of the goblins seem to be about to like run off on the scene as well. So I think I'm going to stop it here because it's 11:15 and I'm not sure if I want to start a combat with 15 minutes to go in the session.
Yeah.
But if you have things that you want to do beforehand, you know, I'll allow you one action before we actually jump into combat.
Okay.
So we can do that now.
Guys, what do you think of the name Truth's Echo as a group name? That's a pretty good name, right?
Did you just come up with that right now? In the heat of the moment.
I'm joking, I didn't say that. Okay. I think I'm gonna just get prepared and ready.
Yeah.
Just have my bow
Make sure I
out.
have my sword out and everything.
Look at the other people. I don't know, maybe we need to make a distraction or something, right? Maybe? I don't know.
At this moment, they haven't noticed you guys because you just arrived on the scene.
Right, and they're all facing the other way. Right?
I was thinking of
Yeah, they
maybe-
all have their backs to you because they're facing toward Lifferless, and all the children, you know, that were at the orphanage, which is the building directly south of Lifferless, are currently like meandering or lingering around the doorway of the building, scared out of their minds.
Hmm.
I was thinking of shooting at the two goblins that were gonna start walking off, and yell at them to stop.
Okay, Mia, if you wanted to take your action, you know, before combat begins, to shoot at those two goblins, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
So the two goblins in question actually are this one and this one.
Yeah, I'll just shoot at their direction. Try and get their attention.
Sure, I'm gonna put little blue dots on them so that way I know who they are.
Okay.
And you guys can roll initiative as well, so you can click on your token. Let me open up the initiative window and clear it. There you go.
Susan's always fast.
Such fast. Where'd it go? Where'd the window go?
Damn!
Went
That
to
nat
my-
20.
Shelvis.
So I was going hard.
He wants to impress Zinfel.
Yep.
The power of
At
love.
least he's being a gentleman. Good man.
Yeah. Chavez with 22. Let's see, Oren's got a 4. Miro's, he's got.
Winter has a 6.
Winters doesn't like sleeping without me. He's tired.
Winter's got a 6.
Yeah.
I've added Winter, and let me give him a 6. Maxine's got a 15.
Nice. Easy fight. There's a bunch of goblins. How hard could it be?
You could get hit all the time.
I'll just get crit like 10 times in time.
That's
You know, the usual.
I'm glad we
All
took
right,
our
well,
time putting that armor.
So, Zorana, did you make your attacks yet? I don't think you did, right?
Oh, no. I will do that.
So we'll just go down the initiative order, and like I said, you get a full round of actions before anything starts. In essence, it's like a surprise round.
Alright.
Now, just keep in mind, Zorana, that where are you currently positioned?
Yeah, kind of in the back here.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to move because there's no way you can even potentially see those goblins because there's a cart in your way.
I don't know, it's a better viewpoint. Trying to like stay in the back at the same time.
Yeah, that would work from where you currently are to shoot this guy at 120 feet away.
I'll do that. Shoot him. Yeah, I got a 15.
Nice. 15 will definitely hit, so you can roll damage.
6 plus 2 because he's a humanoid, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So it's 8 damage.
All right, and so you can describe what happens to him.
Oh, I could probably shoot him right in the head, back of the head before he starts walking anywhere, and I'll yell, "Stop! You won't be going anywhere."
You definitely got the group's attention as the faster reacting ones turn around. And do you get a second attack? No, right?
No,
No, you
it's just like Winter gets to attack if
Okay.
he's near me or something.
So when Winter's turn goes, so are you finished? You don't have a bonus action, right?
No. The bonus action is Winter attacking on my turn
Sure.
if he's close to something.
All right. So all Shalvis did was, take a. I can never remember this. It's not a
Oops.
defense action.
Dodge.
A dodge action, yes.
No.
And Maxine, she just casts mage armor on herself. As you see, translucent armor appear all around her. And then Kareem, it's your turn.
So I could throw 60 feet.
I'm gonna get rid of this blue line now. Ooh, you just threw a hand axe.
Well,
Actually, if you throw
I
it,
didn't.
oh, you didn't?
disadvantage anyway, and I didn't throw it. I was just didn't even mean to press that button.
Okay, no problem.
In fact, I have a javelin too. How far is javelin?
Let's see here. According to the
30.
SRD,
30 to 120.
Yep.
Whoop. Yeah, I could throw it at disadvantage. And 30 should be here.
That's a lot of walking.
Yeah, I can move 6 spaces. So I'm gonna do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna just move 6 spaces and then take a dodge action.
okay. So you are dodging. Meanwhile, Liferless, he will not really fully understanding what's going on. He just takes the dodge action as well. Although he did see that you shot an arrow at the goblin, but he doesn't quite see that far just yet. So I'm going to go now to Miros, who wades in and then takes a dodge action. So he moves to here. And then Thornburg.
I'm gonna cast Bless on myself. Let me I think it's me and 2 others, or it's 3 people total.
Yeah, 3 people total.
I'm gonna cast it at second level, and I'm going to get all 4 of us.
Nice.
Cool.
All right. So everybody, I've put bless tokens. What's the range on the bless? Like what?
It's
How?
30
30.
feet.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kareem's within 30, so that works.
Okay, perfect. And actually, I will move forward as well. 1, 2.
All right.
I'll
So
use all my
Winter does not
movement.
have it.
No, he's fine.
No. So I use all my movement and go up there.
All right. Winter.
I was gonna motion for him to follow close to Kareem, and he can move 50 feet, but so he'll just kind of stay close
Try
to
not
him.
to put him in front of me. Yeah.
Is
So
he
he's not the
taking a
target.
dodge action as well?
Yes.
Okay. Just remember that if
Not
for
gonna
next
do it.
week.
Dodge it.
Yeah, I wrote it down. And I'm going to write it down in the chat, too.
All right. Zinfel.
Sinfel is going to move and then dash behind this wagon, and then use her bonus to hide. Stealth. 18.
Nice. All right, good. And Oren's gonna kind of do something very similar. Although he doesn't get an opportunity to hide, he does move behind this smaller wagon and just kind of crouch behind it for a moment. All right, so that was the surprise round. So next week when we start, it'd be the full round of combat, and I'll roll initiative for these guys, for these
good.
enemies.
Cool.
So
All right.
the 19th. If that's
Yeah, but I'm gonna
Okay for
wait.
Jay.
We're gonna have to wait for Jay to say on the forum if he can make it or not.
Yeah, I should know by tomorrow, so I'll post it up.
perfect.
Cool.
Good. Good.
And if not, the 27th?
Uh,
Or maybe? If we have a fourth person? If we get another person?
yeah, if we get another person. So I'll have to figure that out. I'll have to
Yeah,
think
'cause
about
now
that some more because now that we're kind of like deeper into it, we'll have to see if we can get another player to join us.
Yep.
He can come in like the next round or something. Like maybe he's on a villager or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Could be. Maybe he was another guest at the end that you guys just didn't meet because he was in his room all night. Who knows?
Yeah.
Or somebody
Do
in
something
one
like
of the
that.
buildings.
Yeah, somebody
Yeah.
new. All right, I'll
Cool.
like I said, I'll post the application. The looking for group listing, looking for players listing tomorrow, and then we'll take it from there.
Can
All right.
do.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks.
Awesome.
So I hope you guys had fun tonight.
Wait,
That was a
Joe,
lot
I
of role
wanted to ask
playing.
you-
I meant to
I
actually
wanted-
get into this a little bit sooner than 11 o'clock, but
We
whatever.
like talking.
It's fine.
No, it was fun. It was a good time.
I love the role play. It's great.
Yeah.
So go ahead. You said you had a question for me?
Yes. Remember in the middle of the game? Yeah. I was gonna ask you about the pixie dust that happened that one time.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. You did use it all.
No.
So
When I used it on the monster, did that have a positive effect? Did I confuse the monster or something?
you mean the invisible stalker when you
Yeah.
used it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it did have a positive effect on because it gave him like a faster flying speed, although he already had the ability to fly.
Oh, that was it.
But that's really all it
Okay.
did.
Oh.
There was other effects that could have happened, but you didn't roll those. You didn't roll on the percentile for that effect. So
I
I
thought
thought we did
I
roll the
pretty
3
good.
percentiles.
you did.
Yeah.
But the effect that was rolled for that creature was the same effect that most of you got, which was the ability to fly.
Was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well.
If you rewatch the session, you'll see.
Yeah.
I thought I confused them or something.
No, I think Zinfel fell unconscious. That was the worst thing that
Right.
happened.
I put Zinfel to sleep, and then I gave everybody else fly.
basically, yes.
Was that it?
It
Yeah.
gave a lot of people fly.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it did. Wild card.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was funny. Well, we didn't die, so.
That was
Okay.
good.
All right, guys. Thank you for playing.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Have
you
a good
very
night.
Good night, guys.
Good
Yep,
night.
see you next week.
Bye.